हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम। क्या हाल चाल? मैच चालू हो चुका है। रुको रुको, थोड़ा थर्ड मैच है। इंडिया को सपोर्ट करने का आवाज बढ़ा देता हूँ।
Oh, Lord gets knocked. And did he get thirsted? No, he actually gets beat up pretty bad. Satan, through the door. What a clutch knock for this team.
Able to take out the off angle there, and Ida are going to really struggle to get back to this one. It's across the road, and I don't think you can break past that. The res, though, in the meantime, is going to be there, and because early in the game, it's so much less likely that you've got the nades on side to just completely suppress that res position, which allows Enigma Galaxy to go back to 4 and leaves Ida stranded on 3. Rita getting knocked there is the most crucial part of that fight, James.
Man, that was an insane shot there from Satan. I mean, that's that game sense, guys. Shooting right through the door. He knew he was there, and he makes the play for his team. It's one of those micro plays, right? That when you make that kind of play, it just changes the entire situation for your squad. And now, because of that, Enigma Galaxy up ahead against Ida.
They still have to get a little bit more pace to it, though, and Ida are retreating now right to the southeast point of Pachinki. They've read that immediately Satan can move out, get this position on the off angle that they were previously in control of. The fact that they're aware of that is good, but you're just going to keep losing players. At this stage, I feel like Enigma Galaxy definitely have had a better result so far in this Pachinki hot drop. They were very ready for it. As you said, they will have known, they will have been aware that this is unfurled.
Yeah, and what are you going to do if you're Ida at this point? I mean, look where they're at on the leaderboards. I mean, this is crazy. 16th place, only 2 points so far. If I'm their coach, anybody that is in the leadership of this team, I'm like, give it up, guys. We lost. I mean, I get it, right? Day one, you're going to battle it out with Enigma Galaxy to see if you can conquer this location, but it's an L. Like, you got to at some point realize that this is not going to work for us. If we want to be able to do well in this tournament, I mean, Aaron Gale is the majority of the maps we're going to be playing here. We cannot afford to continue doing this.
It is pretty devastating. They have only lost one player this time around, but the loot is going to be fairly thin on the ground. The vehicle condition, like, I don't know, man. It's really cutting the legs out from underneath themselves.
It's terrible. I mean, you're down a player, you don't get the loot truck, you don't get any, you're under looted at this point. I mean, it's just a loss overall, and where they stand on the leaderboards is a pure reflection of that. So, yeah, you know, I always say that when it comes to these kind of hot drops or these situations in general, I really do think these need to be settled in rehearsals, you know, in the pre-matches, where it's like, hey, you know what, guys? Have a little handshake agreement. We're going to drop in Pachinki this game. Whoever wins it gets it, you know? Fair
enough. Yeah, well, I don't think that would ever happen, but yeah, I mean, I kind of understand. It is a question, right, that is rooted in a lot more, I think, subjective opinion for a lot of people.
Sure.
Because you have that question of, if we give up our drop spot, are we just going to be easily pushed around in the future, right? Like, are you trying to do that sort of thing? I mean, it's like business there. It is one strategy is to just be like, okay, we'll go somewhere else. We'll go somewhere else. But you can hold your nerve, and if you guys want to be the best, then you guys need to hold your nerve, and you can look good doing it using the Naruto skins here. Make sure you're heading into game, get that character set, get that Ninetales Fury AUG skin. Get that one developing as well, because you can get some variations on that bad boy. Yeah, you want to be maxing that bad boy out and looking real good. As you know, Tiambos have been looking really good today. They're in 4th place, 31 points. Milu, man, the way he started off that Rondo match was just wild. I mean, this man has been performing all tournament long for his spot. He had, for sure, right, the play of the tournament. That 1v4 earlier in the group stage was so sick. Yeah. And then come finals time, the way he started out, they are looking really good. Absolutely. They are currently in 4th place right now. Looking to try and keep themselves within striking distance of that 1st place spot, Godlike. Would love to try and join them, but they are a little bit more destitute on that points front, with only 8 towards the bottom of those tables. Another circle heading up towards the north side, split by that central river. A lot of open ground south of Severny being covered actually mostly by Aura, who have a wide spread around the river, are causing a lot of problems. I'm interested to see how many teams look to head east of Yasnaya. Furia likely going to do so. Could potentially see that from teams who are still on the military island, by the way, Aurora and Arola. And maybe we'll see it from one of the two teams who are still in Pachinki too, because, well, it looks like either looking to push back in and re-engage. Enigma Galaxy have been working the ground in the meantime, snaffling up all that loot and checking every corner. Or at least I hope they are.
Yeah, they better be, that's for sure. I mean, you can definitely tell they're keeping their head on a swivel here. They got to know that he is around here somewhere. They're just clearing building by building with Satan on the other side, rocking a 3-1 split. Got to be careful, though. One nade could be dangerous. Oh, the shots ring on out, and the knock onto Coops is huge.
He's got another nade as well. Coops is in danger here. Ralph does need to get some healing done before he can go for that revive, but he should be okay to do it. You can't step forward and go for the cross. And again, Satan is on that off angle. Just about misses Swain on the cross, but he should be able to call that one out. Should have spotted it. Lord is already cooking a nade. He knows he's in the building now. Launches it forwards and he takes it down. Beautiful communication.
The plays from Enigma Galaxy in Pachinki are just insane. How do they do these wild bounce back shots, nades that just turn the fight in their direction? This just goes to show you, when you know this side of the map, like the back of your hand, it's gonna pay dividends.
In the meantime, Noxian Red Force and Fourth Rise are going head to head. But at the moment, it looks like Fourth Rise are in the driver's seat. This is out to the east side of Potato Hill, but they are grabbing a couple of flushes on board as well. As we keep going with this hot drop though. Yeah, Noxian Red Force, they're going to try and get out, just leave a solo survivor coming on through. And another knock goes on in. This is Enigma Galaxy sweeping it under the rug. They're putting this hot drop to bed. It cannot come back tomorrow. It would be a terrible idea.
I can't stress how difficult this is to do, right? To be able to deal with this hot drop so frequently and to just execute in this perfect fashion. I mean, not losing a single player, getting those 4 points early on is just insane.
There was a hard north shift on the circle in the meantime. We are watching all of this hot drop unfold, but it is pushing teams now north very, very quickly, which is causing crossings as Coops finds the final player on Ida. And down they go. All 4 players from Enigma Galaxy are there, and no third party came on through as well. Now we're going to jump over towards the teams that are looking to put pressure on up towards the north side. We talked a little bit about Noxian Red Force losing 3 of their players. Fourth Rise lost 1, but they did manage to get the 3 points for that fight. They are both still south of the river. Ulf Orangutan now on this northern side of Roshok River and trying to get their foothold to move in towards those shooting range hills, potentially over towards Severny Way.
Yeah, we've been really focused on that Pachinki fight for so long. This zone is all the way up to the north, like you mentioned. We already got Fudia up there in Severny, E-Arena over by shooting range right now, taking that Snake Hill position. And now we're going to see a lot of these teams start make that rotation. Aurora Gaming. Oh, the one rock! You gotta hit it for good luck.
That's a map open right there. Guaranteed. 100% looking.
Yeah.
No ways.
I think we're going to go here, guys.
Oh, he's going to go again? Oh, no. Oh, okay, we're getting a little replay. This is on the Fourth Rise and Noxian Red Force fight. They already lost T24, but the hold from Cypher, the angles that he was able to block, it seems. Pretty efficacious on the high ground there. Love to see it for Fourth Rise. Aurora on their crossing, run into Vitality. Looks like they may have run their last across these bridges. This western hold looking quite good for Vitality, who, for the time being, have been a little bit quieter, I think it's safe to say, than their group stage performances, but they're still very much there. They're still very much present. Well, certainly their presence is being felt by Aurora on this northwest side.
Vitality. Oh, southern shift here, and a big southern shift. This actually might be really good for the side of Enigma Galaxy, as they're going to be mushing in super late here. And are you kidding me? If this zone actually south shifts one more time to Roz, that would be devastating for this lobby. Aurora, I'm trying to figure out, what do you think they're doing here, right? They're over there by North George, cleaning up, maybe trying to find some late loot.
Well, I mean, they were being held out by Vitality.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
They're just trying to take a turn around the town to maybe allow Vitality to disengage and then maybe re-engage later on, see what they can do with a little bit less pressure from the river crossing on that front. Team Flash over on the east side need to settle their score with Alola to try and get towards the circle, and it is not looking pretty for Alola. They lose a player. Not a good start, but yeah, it would be kind of mental to send all the way down to Rozhok. It'd be great for Enigma Galaxy, right? They're still just on the north side of Pachinki, so yeah, they could just take up that mountain and lickety split, get themselves another chicken dinner. Godlike in the meantime, on the hunt in the middle, getting stuff done, getting bits out to Aura, and it seems that they are going to be able to take at least one and get the flush for Godlike.
Mormon, the nade looks good. Puts them all the way down to 1 HP. Mormon, that's 12K. Getting the finish. And look at that. I mean, teammate instantly there with the vehicle to make sure that they get him over to safety. So we're going to have to go out pretty early here in this game. Only one single player on Team later on, but now we're off to the gas station with a Furia. Keeping their eyes on to Team Flash. Win has the P90 and the ghillie suit. So he definitely won that crate drop. He came out absolutely stacked to the teeth and hits the tree for good luck. That is a necessary thing to do here, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bold
Just
strategy.
a little tap on the tree, you know.
Tap.
Little shout out to Mother Nature there, saying hi, and then
gotta make sure it's secure.
yeah, and then proceeding to unleash lead into the hillsides around him. Hopefully with that P90. Team Flash getting out of dodge from this east side could be tricky. S2G managed to make their way to one of the buildings here that is this lineup from S2G, from Orangutan, from Tianba, and from Ulf. On this lineup, very central on the circle, some very defensible positions, but teams will start to crowd in around them. Vitality, this is the re-engage, Dukes.
Here they go, they're battling it again. It looks like Aurora are on top so far with that knock on a Razak. You can see Zol driving around trying to get some information. Federalis up close and personal, having to run back. Oh, it's Godlike on the other side. Yeah, it's too dangerous. Vitality need to disengage this as they're 6 is not covered, but Razy is driving up close and personal, giving an opportunity for Reese to put some shots onto him. And yeah, it's just down to these 2 players left for Aurora. This fight would have definitely went off earlier, but that third party from Godlike bought Aurora Gaming some time.
A little bit, but now they're down to 2.
Oh, nice.
Vitality.
Doing
a little bit of nade there, not ideal. The arena in the meantime trying to find their way in on the north side, but it's not looking super accessible right now. And now it seems like they're engaged with the final player from Aura, Sleepy. In the meantime, a crash. S2G trying to roll across the Tiamba, a holding face against it. And they are not going to let S2G in there. Aurora want to jump in and join the party here. That could be brutal there. Is it going to blast him down? But there's an answer. And Reefus falls. Third dog over towards Tiamba, but now everybody has been isolated and evacuated from this fight. Nobody's left to put the pressure on this triple knock.
Are you kidding me? It looked like these guys were fighting in a lake of fire here. QZ in the center of it. And Top could have been there to make that play, but unfortunately, there are too many teams surrounding him, and it stopped that crucial third party.
Oh, another nade from Top, doesn't quite connect there. There is an answering nade, and that is going to back Top off nicely. The run around there. Orangutan maybe missing a beat there, maybe missing a trick, not able to flex out, didn't quite have the angles on it. Top! Oh, Top just about behind the concrete there to keep him safe from catch, but they know exactly where he is. He's got 2 smokes. He is slap bang in the middle of the circle though, Jukes, and that might be a little bit of a help until another team rocks up with nowhere to go. They're going to roll right on top of this guy.
Yeah, Top's cooked right now. He's just like, I think I'm just going to lay down right here. He's on the for as long as I possibly can. No standing up for me. It's straight hit the deck time on the side of Top. But hey, you know what? That's good, right? He's got a good position in zone. They're pretty high up on the leaderboard, so they can just kind of hang on and get some placement points. That'll be good for him. But meanwhile, I mean, Tianba on a tear. 7 eliminations. Fortunate for them. They're able to get everybody back up here. And they're in a solid position in the circle as we now look on over to Furia. Igor hopping out the vehicle here, getting punished by E-Arena for it.
Oh, it's not going well. It is not going well for Furia. Unfortunate, they're just going to be down to Chief, the other two players down on the hillside. Tiamba, by the way, managed to fend off a triple team crash on their compound, right? They're now on 7 eliminations. They have done phenomenal stuff. It's likely they're going to have to fend off at least one more, but the number of crates around them is going to be ludicrous. They're going to have to try and figure out exactly what they want to put in their backpacks as Flash Strike find their way through, thread the needle, but Arena are just going to roll it down. Mormon over the top, doesn't even need to ring the doorbell to open that door. And Tops has to turn tail. Turney K sees to it. He's going to get backed off by a third party. I think that might be Orangutan chiming in. Now Tops has to head towards 4th Thrive, so nowhere real to go for him. As Hyunbin finally bites the dust, the last player alive for Nongshim Red Force.
The Arena are putting some good points on the board here. I mean, they're having to really battle it out, holding the edge of that circle, because there's a lot of open field in this zone. And now you're going to see 4 Thrives. 6 eliminations so far. Fallock with 2, Zypha with 3.
It's keeping Rosso, okay?
Oh my, I just saw that circle shift. Are you kidding me? Enigma Galaxy, they'll take that all day long, right? Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to get a little reward for those crazy hot drop efforts, and they'll definitely take that one to the bank.
Yeah, that's going to be friendly for them for the time being. For them, I feel like a good strategy is to start scouting the other side of the river now, though. I feel like you need to get someone in fast. The difficulty, of course, is that 4 Thrives, and now Vitality is starting to move in, and they don't have an outpost there. Move over to the bridge, a little bit out of the zone.
Yeah.
I feel like somehow you've got to find a coastal position on that riverbank. And if you hold towards the warehouse, towards the triple stack, it's just going to be a bleed out for Enigma Galaxy. The placements aren't really going to be enough. Yeah, a little bit more forward thinking there as Aurora lose their final player. Could not stay in for too much longer. 4 Thrives though, getting crashed on.
Here they go. Arena not messing around here, just full sending in non-stop aggression from this team. And it's been paying off so far, and that's why you can see them on top. Mormon hopping on out, trying to hit that flick shot on Zypha. Zypha's really hurt here. Great teamwork so from Arena, picking apart the likes of 4 Thrives.
Zypha has been so difficult to deal with, but Arena the only team to be able to take him down, and it took at least 3 of them. Turney K goes down with him, but 10 eliminations now for Arena. Very possible to get this res. This is the chance though for Enigma Galaxy to move across, and look at Ralph. He's getting over. Coops is looking to join him. This is the perfect opportunity. Whilst these teams on the east are preoccupied, a little bit slow to get the third party, but it is a good first step. I like what they've been able to do there. We've seen counter-pointed river cross positions in 2-2 splits work well in the past. I'm hoping they can leverage that here. I'm a little bit disappointed in Orangutan on the north side. I feel like they could have poked their noses into that fight, and third party did as well. Moved a little bit further out to the east, been fairly safe from Tiamba, and gotten stuck in there, but they hold inside, and I don't think it was going to be enough.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed here in the EWC is the quickness these teams are ready to third party and take those opportunities, and it's just kind of surprising to see OG just kind of hold back there for a second. Enigma Galaxy, just due to the terrain, weren't able to even think about getting that third party, but because of that fight, it opened the door for them to be able to at least make that safe rotation and get that 2-2 split going that you were talking about. So let's see how they're able to capitalize onto it, though. As now is the calm before the storm. We are in stage number 5. All these teams just planning it out, trying to figure out, okay, if the zone goes over here, we're going to have to make these plays. If the zone stays on us, then GG, we just shoot at everything in sight.
Yeah, we're going to get the next zone unveiling itself in the next 20 seconds or so. It's Godlike try and keep their ridgeline in play. This is a replay of the roll-up. Okay, this is when Arena crashed on towards 4 Thrives. Falak. Yeah, went down very quickly there at the Joker. Not much you can do about that. When the flying vehicle launches over the top, the bunny rabbits bound on into your sightlines. He wasn't ready for it, which is kind of unfortunate. Next circle, though, comes in Jukes, and it will head over to the west. I think the Galaxy do have to get on the road. Ulf fairly happy in their compound, but Godlike are putting pressure on.
Yeah, Godlike. Remember, as Power said, the domination starts now. Let's see if they can actually make that thing, though, as they got Ulf right behind them. They're super pinched, making it very difficult for them to make a play from their position. And now you can see Scarface getting up close and personal. Best Power trying to smoke some things out, buy his teams some time. It's going to be up to him and Admino, though, as they are just trying to hold this spot. Unfortunately for them, though, it's outside of circle. Yeah, so now Ulf are in a perfect position to gate card. Nice shots though from Admino, but unfortunately those smokes are perfectly put, and he's not able to get the thirst.
The nade is up high, doesn't quite go the distance. It went completely out of his viewing angle there. If it had been just a little bit further, that would have been a straight knock there. Best Power gets across. Managed to get some healing started as well, but that blue zone pressure is coming through. We're looking at OG and Irina, as well as NigmaGalaxy, also having to make moves in the meantime, Dukes. And move in from this east edge. Tiamba are going to have to move. There is a lot of teams that have to make some difficult decisions now, and OG are making it right now. They're going to roll straight on forwards, try and get dead center here, and contest with NigmaGalaxy on the coastline, into Vitality sidelines as well. They drop down, and 3 of them managed to get
rotation भाई सबके सामने से को बोलते टीम इंडिया.
Great IQ of a rotation. They knew that one little plateau was right there. They were able to head straight towards it to get their safe. Coops in trouble. The closest nade, he's done. Oh, able to get the heal off, and now get some shots downrange. Headshot on the Mormon. Joker right there next to him, though. Can Coops get to safety? No, he gets knocked, and E-Arena are going to continue to apply that pressure, getting that thirst immediately. They're on to Coops. And NigmaGalaxy just getting picked apart. That 2-2 split not working out.
That was insane for Coops to be able to do so much damage on that angle. He really held Ralph in the game there. And then leaving NigmaGalaxy on 3. Orangutan lost players on the center as well. They are now down to just 2 as E-Arena make the same mad dash. The mad crash against Tiamba will not work out for them, and E-Arena evaporated.
E-Arena evaporated, and they end up feeding the beast that is Tiamba. They did put some good points on the board for them, and I love to see that aggression. Let's see if Tiamba, though, can put even some more points and get this chicken dinner. They already have 10 eliminations. They're looking pretty unstoppable. As Power forced to hit the deck. Now with those sight lines just punishing them. I mean, they have this position locked down.
You needed Admino to be on an angle there to suppress Ulf, but no, not quite there, not quite ready, didn't have the presence, and it's a difficult spot on the north side, so I can't really blame them too much there. Now the transition to the rest of the circle. A knockover towards Tiamba, and the final flush onto Godlike as well. Another nade over towards Tiamba. They're getting caught in the crunches. NigmaGalaxy move up the hill. They're challenging Orangutan. They're challenging Tiamba. They're doing a lot on this eastern side, and NigmaGalaxy strike at the opportune moment.
Perfect timing there for NigmaGalaxy. They understand the situation. Hey, we gotta push up. We can't just sit back and relax, wait for them to come to us. And you can see Lord with those nades applying the pressure. I think they need to slow things down a little bit, though. The circle is coming. The circle will push these teams out, so you want to make sure you hold on to all of that utility up until that last and final second. And I think they realize that. That's why they're starting to hold on to those nades. But the shots ringing out. Eagle getting a nice knock on the air, and that's their biggest threat right now.
Catch, though, with the response over to QZZ, and it leaves Eagle alone. Dropping that smoke, the zone starts closing in 15 seconds, so this res needs to be now. It needs to come through as fast as possible to be able to be in a position to move out. Orangutan lose their final player. Gone. And it is going to go down to NigmaGalaxy, who are now up on 7 elims. Their transition from across the river has gone so well for them.
What a game from NigmaGalaxy, getting hot dropped over and over and over. They take out Ida in just a beautiful fashion, and now with this fortunate zone shift are putting the punishment on this lobby as they take down Eagle from Tiamba.
Now QZZ will go down too, and Tiamba knocked out. They managed to get a whole host of points though, 14 on the match. And they will keep themselves in the running for the podium. NigmaGalaxy looking to join them. There's not enough room for both of you. You've got to organize it. Back to front, stand the line. But Vitality gonna have to leave as well from their cover on that south edge.
DeSolis not see Satan right there in that corner. He had to see him now. No, he's too focused downhill. Oh, never mind. It's going to be Axel that catches him out. So it's all up to Vitality. Axel, the last player up. Is he able to survive?
Oh, Ralph gets knocked as well. Ulf are captaining from this compound for quite a while now. They haven't had to leave it. And when they do, it's against two duo teams with one of their players on either side knocked. For Ulf, this should be a clean sweep. There are no two ways about it, but it might get a little bit hairy. Oh, this shut out first. Aaron doesn't even hit the deck. A 2v4 here would be needed for vitality, and they are getting cut across, sliced and diced. Ulf are on the hunt. Downhill, they roll on in, and it's just Razy to stand in their way. The smoke billows, the P90 at hand. You couldn't ask for a better setup, but Ulf are here, and they have the nades, the ordnance to blast them apart in the seas. And that is how you do it.
टीम था भाई क्या
just taking
ये और ये भाई लास्ट मोमेंट पे सर्वर स्टेज
and
में क्वालीफाई किया और
capitalizing on it. We'd love to be able to see that building so strong. It was in circle all the way up there towards the end, but they didn't just sit. They just saw, they hunted down every elimination they possibly could, and then once they realized that those teams were weak, they pushed out immediately and were able to get it done.
Some real heads-up plays, some proactive plays during that match. We focused a lot at the start on the hot drop, but the rotations up towards the north side also came in to be really impactful later on into that match. Right? It was the teams that got there early that had the staying power. For me, a highlight of that game was also Tiamba.
Starting
against the triple crash, it was Aula, followed by S2G, followed by Aurora. Everybody wanted to get into that central compound, but they denied them access at every single turn. It was a shame that Tiamba couldn't go the full distance. They did get shut out. And I feel like for Orangutan, they could have had more of an impact on that northeast side that would have changed the tune there. And hopefully they can find those opportunities in the future. It would be great to see them perform at the level we know them to be capable of from their performance in the group stage. But it is looking pretty powerful on multiple fronts.
It's so tough. I mean, everybody here is playing just hyper-aggression, zero hesitation gameplay here live in Paris. The second you see an opportunity, these teams are taking it. One team in particular, right, we got to talk about it, is E-Arena. Just straight aggression there towards the end game. They soak up a ton of eliminations. Unfortunately, don't get the chicken dinner, but when you get that many elims, it's a good game no matter what.
Yeah, that fight with 4 thrives over the ridgeline worked out well for them. And again, the lack of third party allowed them to keep in the match for a lot longer. They were down to just a single player standing at one point, but they managed to get back to 3 to recover that pressure without any third party look-ins coming on through. And yeah, for E-Arena, it's a good result to keep them at the top of the tables, to keep, well, I don't know if they're actually at the top of the tables anymore, we'll have to double check that, but a man who could find out is Kalaris down on the stage with E-Arena.
I'll try my best, John Allen. Yes, that's right. E-Arena looking fantastic so far, so let's ask them a few questions about the games here to get things rolling. So first things first, your previous win going up against Furia. Were you surprised by Furia's approach to the late game? And talk to me about that late game in general after you got the win.
ในเกมที่เราต้องเจอกับฟิวเรียนะฮะในเกมที่เราชนะเมื่อสักครู่เนี่ยฮะตอนที่เราเจอกับฟิวเรียฮะเรารู้สึกเซอร์ไพรส์ไหมกับวิธีที่ฟิวเรียเล่นเพลย์สไตล์ของฟิวเรียในเกมนั้นครับ
ก็แปลกใจครับแต่ก็รู้ว่าเขาเล่นอย่างนั้นครับก็เลยไม่ได้ตื่นเต้นเลยครับ
Well, we expected, but we still surprised with how they approaching the teams. But even though the last result is that they're winning the games.
Okay, so you guys got very close to qualifying via the group stage and then came really close to not qualifying via the survival stage. So has there been any difference in approach here to the final? What has the team talked about to adjust here coming into the finals of PMWC?
ก็ขนาดที่2นะฮะในกรุ๊ปสเตจเราก็เกือบที่จะได้ควอลิฟายแล้วส่วนในรอบโฟร์สเตจนะฮะเราก็เกือบที่จะตกรอบแล้วด้วยซ้ำในตอนนั้นอยากถามว่าในตอนนี้ฮะรู้สึกยังไงบ้างครับ
ก็พอเราเข้าไฟนอลมาได้ใช่ไหมครับก็ทุกอย่างก็เริ่มใหม่ครับทุกคนเริ่มจากศูนย์เราก็เริ่มจากศูนย์ก็เลยไม่กดดันอะไรครับ
Well, right now we have zero pressure at all. Like, so we are here to win, of course. And it's like since everyone, this is a new day, new group. So this is a champion group now. Everyone's starting at the 0 point, so that's no different. And we're gonna claim all the glory back to Thailand.
Okay, so that does it then. Well, thank you very much for the answers. That does it down here on the stage. We'll be with you for more PMWC in just a moment.
Okay. Let's go. Okay.
Oh, they're looking at S-Power, they're looking at Admino. I want to say
they've really
It's godlike! Take this shit!
coming swiftly in with that one onto S2G.
Gorgeous stuff here. But for S2G, got to chat with him for a little bit. My boy was actually getting a haircut when I was talking to him, but they were saying that they have the aggression, and that's what they're bringing here in the finals. It's what Ulf kind of lacked a little bit of, but for the most of the damn teams in that position. On their res beacon positions. Result already for Tiamba, and they should be able to get the easy res beacon. They've already cleared out most of the damn teams in that position.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable start for Tiamba. A powerhouse in the survival stage, and again delivering early into Rondo. Orangutan being forced out as well as Hora look to try and claim a few more points for themselves. 3 points for Hora, 3 in the back pocket for Nonshin Red Force, and that big 6 total for Tiamba already.
Oh my days, I mean, just coming through, Milu was just slashing at them. He pretty much cut through the entirety of 4 thrives there, left them in ribbons by the end of it. I'm pretty sure he was up against Guns as well, but he just brought the knife close quarters outside the pagoda. Real samurai here on Rondo.
Start as you mean to proceed, it seems then for Tiamba on today's games. Sleepy taking the clash back over to Zizzy there from Nonshin. Going to be able to force him out early. Nice. Ooh, that's a great lineup, bud. Lord coming swiftly in with that one onto S2G.
Gorgeous stuff here. But for S2G, got to chat with him for a little bit. My boy was actually getting a haircut when I was talking to him, but they were saying that they have the aggression, and that's what they're bringing here in the finals. It's what Ulf kind of lacked a little bit of. But for that Turkish team, they were looking to bring that aggression over in the group stages. They're looking to bring it again here. They've had a lot of time to study those teams, but Lost moves up and already is down. It's Kamikaze, the man with it all to give. One nade, one dream.
Ooh,
good damn.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of chip damage on the peak. Oh, wow. Lord trying to lean into it, but the pre-fire back from Kamikaze on low HP will at least secure that one. Ralph goes in aggro though with the shotty and absolutely pumps them full of buckshot.
That Solkay at least at distance is able to recall the team back into action. We do have a Western circle. We didn't get to talk about too much. Flash already has tops in that region, so Jiao Ting currently covered, but that place can hold a lot of teams late game. Aaron now coming in with barest amount of HP, but at distance, it's Milu once again. Tiamba up to 8 probably after this.
This is the dream start for Tiamba. And Milu, the fact that he's got 6 individual eliminations alone, mate, he was just popping off back in the games we'd seen previously. If he feeds the hot hand and can keep this going for a whole day, well, good luck.
It's the buffer that we were talking about. And there's no luck involved, but there is luck involved over on the Lucky Spin, which you can join in with us in-game right now for the 2026 PMWC, the exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament set, which you can see on screen regularly in-game. Make sure to try your chances just like QZZ and this spray down with the S12K. We are looking at 2 eliminations per minute.
Unreal reactions as well. Coming out swinging today. We know mechanically they're very gifted as individuals, but they're putting it all on the line. And hey man, that's the way to do it, right? We were touching on the fact if you can have a huge pop-off game on Rondo, the extra buffer of points from the sheer quantity of additional eliminations you can garner from this battleground, it's worth its weight in gold, especially in a 3-day finals environment like this. You gotta get in there and get stuck into the thick of it. Tiamba are doing just that.
Again for Tiamba, their biggest success in the survival stage was the fact that they started out so incredibly hot, where it felt like all the weight was off them a lot of times. At Milu making that 1v4 look real easy, I think that came from the fact that they had nothing to lose at that point. They were already in. They're just pushing a little bit further there. We haven't talked about it too much so far on the cast, but we do have Smash ruling this event. And not only does that mean that yes, you can win technically game 2, but it also means the further you are ahead, the harder it is for teams to catch up to you to also get that Smash ruling. So we are looking for more similar result to Fourth Rise as well as Vitality in terms of how far they sent themselves ahead in those rankings to make it difficult for any team to catch up, to really engage that smash ruling on the final day. Might be coming down to match 6, honestly.
Yeah, it will be a fun little storyline to see how that affects things going into the last day of competition. How big of a barrier that will be. Really, if other teams will have to rise up to the occasion for it to even be a potential pipeline for them. That's one for the future, though, but now it's in the back of your mind. You have that context with just how much these early points matter for some of our squads. Two sides that you touched on there, though, of course, being Vitality and Fourth Rise. They were dominant in both of their respective groups. Easily the best squads we saw when it came to how consistent they looked and how aggressive they were. Vitality even kind of completely blowing away what we thought was the upper limit when they then played their group, right?
I think they knocked it out by 1 point, but even that 1 point is a hard point to squeeze out in such a short amount of games. For Tiamba, it's a little less impressive, I would say, just because you are playing with the dregs coming through from the group stage. We already did send what we assume to be our best 10 teams forward there. Even so, Tiamba still looked very strong, and for them, it was more a case of switching it on in those moments. And they've done exactly that. It looks like all the lights are on at home right now for Tiamba. They are burning the midnight fuel.
It's
crazy. Actually wild. Speed at which he was, the speed at which he was like. So was that a 1v4 again? Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Technically,
it feels like it is, especially when you then factor in, by the way, we had the one clean 1v4 he won. We then had a 1v4 attempt towards the end of survival stage that resulted in a winning free elims to going out as the last guy. Yeah, like the conversion rate we've had on raw 1v4s from him has actually been unbelievable.
I think we're more astonished at that might be a 1v4. I mean, we didn't even clock it because it's like, is he just doing this repeatedly now?
Just full-on butcher blade coming out from Elu, chopping everyone to bits. Crazy.
Love to see it. So it goes over towards that northern side. A bit of an awkward res beacon on this one as well, down towards the lake. Definitely possible to go for, but you get caught out on the bridges coming out from that area a fair few times here, Jackie, and also there will be teams playing around that spot, trying to hold teams out. Orangutan, though, nice rotate on the north side, will be able to get them further into the circle. Tiamba, Vitality all on the back foot here, as well as Ulf. Aurora holding a 2-2 split. I think they've realized because they're so far down towards the south, likely better just try and clear their back angles and then look for maybe a main
to play towards shades of stadium for E-Arena, a position they'd love to play towards in a final circle, but let's see if they can win out versus Orangutan. Straight through the door, and it's easy cleanup on the opening 2 players. Arrow and Wizgard down in a matter of seconds. Back down to a duo once again.
Fourth Rise take down Tanky there as well. Leaves Orangutan just on one singular player, AKOP, who is sending for a res beacon. I think he might go far back. You get a res off there, rotate side, and it's fairly free with where most of the teams dropped off down towards the south.
Yeah, thankfully he's got just enough time. Pulls slightly further out as well, hedges his bet as he goes up towards the top of the north side, going to get that recall in. See Vitality on screen here as well. Just the one elim to start us off with, Razy. I mean, you said it yourself, mate, doing your little special report on Vitality. Razak and Razy, that's been a hell of a duo. They're like the Prey twins, bro. You're just terrified when you see them coming at you.
Yeah, you are. I mean, one of them bringing the double hammers as well. It's a bit of a nightmare, honestly, and they are always looking for a proper shootout. But it's nice to see Axel as well as Federalis. I mean, Axel really astonished me. Because there had been so much talk about Razy and Razak, and Federalis has also had a massive amount of tenure throughout the entirety of PUBG Mobile, but Axel was just swinging and not missing. So that's what gives me a lot of hope, and I'm very, very excited to see this team perform as this tournament goes on, just because of how good all of them have been playing individually and as a unit. Take a look at Godlike, though. They're over towards that center side. I think Godlike showed us something different from their region. Honestly, they had some great aggression, I think they've been making little adaptations here and there, figuring things out as they go along. But genuinely, overall, we're impressive. We're impressive. They were second best inside of their group, only beat out by Vitality. To be fair play. I mean, fair play.
Vitality really did get in there, mate. You got a little crunch down the zone here as well, pulling further down. A couple big names amongst the dead center of it all. Godlike, as you touched on, 4 Frides, Vitality, Enigma Galaxy as well. The representation from Aurora, another side that could have some surprises in store for us the longer this one goes on.
Yeah, Aurora, they just seem to have this capability to choke in the finals.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's their major issue. Every single player on that team has greatness inside of them. It just seems to dwindle a little bit once we get to a final. And we've been asking for that not to be the case for the longest time. And it's getting to the point now where I just don't believe in it, which is sad. But they are consistently always here, and you can't really put them down too much for that. The fact they're in most of the finals is like, that's already a big achievement. Reefers though opening it up towards Yasser from Alola.
Alola?
Eastern edge. Now, so a lot of these big pillars involved inside the circle, as well as stadium over towards that northeast side, which is a bit open on the outer edges. It slopes down into it, so if you are here really, you can swing past here. They also know this area very well. It is their drop spot, but 4 Thrives have beaten them to the punch here down towards their southwest from stadium.
Excited to see what the form of Fury is going to be looking like in a final situation again as well. They were massively coming alive, dude. Felt like it was way better in terms of the decision making. The communication was on point. A lot of the fights we witnessed from them. Igor as well, just playing so brilliantly with some of the individual plays. Looked like a whole new man showed up. We spoke about this big man though, and he's back on our screens again. Milu scouting around, seeing if he can get a line of sight potentially. Just playing close towards the geometry here at the cliff face. It's Ulf that aren't too far away.
Eagle and Aching desperate to get some elims on board. I mean, man, every single one over on Milu and QZZ, but these guys are the fraggers on side. Aching, a lot of times playing off the back of him. Eagle, very, very good at playing the Hanker style. Generally is the last player to go down. Plays that survivalist very well for them as well. But you're right, Furia looking good. Igor's, I think, was a big surprise.
Yeah.
They've got big names on that team like Chief, Ayala, Silence also doing a lot of good work. But yeah, Igor's was just really giving it to a lot of these squads. Now we're getting in towards our later circles with quite a lot of them teams still involved. We talked about Jaltin earlier on. It can house a ton of teams. It is uncomfortable to play in, and swinging from apartment to apartment is not always easy. And there's a lot of difficult windows, little places to pitch nades in. We can't quite get those full finishes on. So I'm curious to see how this will play out. I think it's going to be a little bit of a passive game going towards the end, but you do have to get in towards Jaltin.
See over on the side of the stage, the Enigma Galaxy fans getting quite excited. But meanwhile, amongst the battleground, it's S2G that feel the hammer crash down on top of them from Nonshin Red Force. The hero of Hyunbin starting it out well. And only one man in last, forced to bail out and try and keep their dreams alive as he breezes out of action. There's Aurora as well, clashing against Ida Blank.
I mean, Ida tried to get in on the northeast side, which I think is, at this point, a little bit too late. They got crunched in by Vitality as well as Aurora. I think you somewhat deserve that coming into this stage of the game. Jaltin's still far on the western side, but because it's such a big amount of landmass with a lot of places to play, you do see a lot of teams confirming here early, but you sort of want to be on that end where Aurora is, Vitality, where there is those clear exit points across the road. A lot of other teams have to take something a little bit more unfortunate. Fortnite though, Joker stepping up to the plate here, spraying through the smoke. There's one close. He's giving himself away though, Jackie.
Yeah, this is risky, bro. IQ had to be so swift with the shotgun here. It's Joker just teasing them, dancing around on top of the rocks. So much damage already done to 4 Frides. This would be a hellish way to go down. And that's how they fall in our opening game. E-Arena.
Hearing it down, but back on ball with Tiamba. Milu finding the first, as per usual. Scarface desperate against it, but he's just pushing up. Aching will find another shot. Solus is down. This is looking very, very bad for Ulf. And Tiamba puts up more points. Milu on a fat 7 so far.
It's not going to stop either. They want even more. Squeeze whatever points they can get out of this one. Aaron had to tuck his tail and absolutely bolt it. Finds a low rock in the field and gets his head down. Turns his attention back up onto him though. Few shots as he dumps the magazine towards Milu. Someone needs to stop him back.
Milu is just out of control this game. Right. Needs to be leashed. QZZ still taking some damage here. Kind of curious from where. But if it's Fury actually taking a couple of pot shots over towards them. Aaron not letting up. Just about press over the top of that ridge side. They're going to take the blue for a little bit to try and deny those sightlines. They make their way over towards the pagoda. Just about in here, Jackie. Difficult spot to play. Curious to see how it does work out. Aurora, it seems like both them and Vitality have been tossing a couple of curveballs at one another. But Aaron does find Eagle. Goodness me, still being a nuisance on that east side.
Fair play, man. He's thinking you want to try and ruin this for us on game 1? We'll at least make it uncomfortable. Force out the utility, see what he can scrap through onto them. Move towards that recall of zone coming in. It's going to really crunch up away from all of them. Still dead center for Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality's actually in a really good spot here. Like I said before, it does give them that capability to move out over towards that northeast side if needs be, but they also can crunch every single team on that western side. There was one player left remaining from Ida. It is Darkin. He is over on the eastern side of Joutin, just hanging out for the time being, but that does kind of save grace for Vitality, because they'll hear the shots immediately if someone tries to rock over towards Darkin, just give them a brief opportunity to reassemble and reassess how they want to play off on that eastern side. Quick replay here for Federalis, just instant shots. I think this has been a key factor for Federalis throughout the entire tournament as well. Reaction speed. He is quick with it.
It was quick and on a disgusting angle as well. So good plays.
Hello, he doesn't get the playoff.
They try to run back onto it and Federalis falls. What's going on there?
This is an insane push from Tiamba, by the way. They have practically mostly lived it. Only QZZ goes down. I don't know how Tiamba is here. They immediately scarpered from that south side, and they took the most bold push. I was like, goodness me, Vitality's going down. And I was like, goodness me, Vitality's going down to Tiamba of all teams.
Man, this is lunacy. Milu's looking for the nade as well, wants to really commit to this. Meanwhile, the last man from Wolf goes down. They fall second into our first game. Milu priming the nades.
Oh, nice. Good nade from them. Hits it back. Axel and Razak still up and kicking. That nade looked dangerous. Milu's down, tries to crawl his way back in towards the smoke to mask his presence here. QZZ still alive. Last of a player up, probably the one you want to see as well here for Tiamba. 14 eliminations this game so far, though still decent. That is.
Guys, तब तक like से subscribe to को भर दो.
Let it happen.
Oh mate.
Vitality by 2
He's going to get it in. The res is going to get him back up. The insane bit was as well, it was the nades from Aurora from all the way in the back line that got that initial knockback over onto Milu. Vitality have just been caught in the middle of it all. Most aggressive game of badminton with nades being bounced over the top of their heads. Molly in round the corner, QZZ with a nade back.
He's just going for it.
Angle, good night. The shotgun knocks them both out.
This is what I can't believe about QZZ. He's like, I'm you see so many players just step back and be like, that's it then. But he's like, if I can't do it with a nade, I'm just facing. I'm fully facing. Now Aurora, they're pushing on the sidelines. Can Tiamba hold 2 versus 4 here? It's a tough one. The opening grenade is not good, but Reefers is taking a ton of damage. Top bullet fight, at least find QZZ. And it seems like Milu will also go down. But 16 eliminations, a fearsome game, even going out in 11.
And I'm sure you can hear that. The entirety of the arena here in Paris lighting up A spectacle to start here on game one of Rondo, and it's Tiamba that lead the charge. Now out of the running, let's see if anyone else can try and mirror their success with what remains.
Flash moving over towards Aura. It's on the south side. They're kind of fighting for nothing on this one as well because they need to leave at some point in the near future. Jiggle. Fair bit of damage. Flash still got bows in the back line here, lining up a grenade inside the warehouse. Hard to pop these off the wall though because of all the concrete inside. Godlike though dealing with Nongshin Red Force. Tizzy just lets him run straight into the barrel.
God damn. Shotgun straight to the cranium. Blows him away. Godlike clap back upon from Schweppes in the distance as well. Gets an angle onto him. This is looking tiresome for both teams. I mean, Nonshin down to just the duo. Godlike with only one man left remaining. And Alula, they've seen the blood in the water. They want to see if they can roam over. They smell potential points here.
Why not? Honestly, grab them where you can. Alula sends up Yasser. Nongshin Red Force has not got the reset online at all. Still priming nades upstairs. There's going to have to be a big hole. Tizzy on the outside. Luckily that Molotov is not on target. Tizzy's just going down. What are we doing?
Wait, this is nutty out there. Trying to drop off the top of the rafters, spamming the shots. It's all gone.
I feel like Tizzy just panicked.
I think so.
Just get the res in, bro. Drop the smokes, get the reses. They missed the first molly. At least challenge the res. Goodness me, man, you're going to go down to a perfectly placed Molotov here from Alula. I mean, hats off to these guys. They currently control the entirety of the northern side to themselves. Irina looking to put up another good point here. Aurora playing with our hearts right now. Opening up with maybe a gargantuan game. Leading it to believe it is possible once again for Aurora.
Big Galaxy coming out swinging as well. Might have been a bit quiet in terms of the overall aggregate elims we've seen to this point, but we know it's a team that can deliver with some consistency late game. They've got nades as well. Ooh, the red zone forming on top of the arena. Thankfully for them, a little bit of deployable cover will make all the difference. Turney K in the back trying to keep his eyes on what's going on, but if you flick to the elim feed, you can see Docs doing damage. The scalpels come back out for Aurora. Blank, it was 16 for Tiamba, but Aurora now on 14 elims. They might be able to lap them.
Aurora have been just stamping away here. Reefus again does find Aru, leaving AKOP inside. Will be able to grab win. Actually didn't even grab that. Top was able to steal it, but for OG they live a lot longer than expected, but with 0 eliminations they will not get a huge amount off this game other than the placement points involved. AKOP inside, has to move soon, might just end up denying the point here. Reefus spraying in, has 217 bullets as well, so they have had a lot of loot crates to pursue and peruse.
Akop just trying to keep himself sustained and run the clock down on this one as long as possible. See if he can deny it out to the blue potentially, because if he goes running in there, that's just another point for Aurora.
Just try and get an extra placing on this front, but I don't think anyone else is going down anytime soon. Still more. He's mistimed it. Yeah, unfortunate. I think he thought that the angle was bad for him, so pulls off the first aid kit there. Sadly, not able to rank up once again. If he'd waited a little bit longer, maybe he would have ranked up over E-Arena here, who will go down shortly, I imagine. Turney K not able to weather the pressure here from Alula, who have been impressive this tournament for a team that was kind of down on their luck last year. I don't think a lot of people had high hopes for this squad. They have come into EWC looking fairly decent, like a lot of work's been going on for this squad. A lot of practice in the meantime. But Enigma Galaxy up in top 3. A rocky group stage for them, but we're still able to grab those points, and I do attribute some of that to Coops. He is a nuts player on side.
He's been a big King Cooper for this team, bro. Wearing that crown with some of the plays he's making. He wants to slam down on the off-angle peak behind the vehicle here. Alila trapped, cowering. One by one, they eat the bullets and they fall. Huge step up for Enigma Galaxy, and enough time to fix their HP as well before any other fights are forced. The only solo player from Furia, Igor, just trapped in the ditch between our two teams that are going to scrap for the dinner, and Top finds that one for an extra elim.
Just instantaneous shots coming through.
So we're down to Aurora. Reaper swings very wide here, over towards the northern edge. And hold both positions. An awkward angle like that could make them very worried. Has a little bit of hard cover here, but he's outside the zone. Gonna wrap back, but at least got the info on side. Coops tries to hit the shots, has to go for the reload here. Gonna go for another as he passes on by. Again, I do think for Enigma Galaxy, Coops is a really big deal. Not just on his own, though. It's the fact that Lord has someone to play off.
Yeah.
Lord is also a very aggressive player, but Ralph and Satan, they like to take it slow, and that's great. It works out, but you do need someone else to move forward and bank off of one another. So for Enigma Galaxy, I do think this is the perfect setup right now for them. Zol will move forward into the smoke line. 17 eliminations on the game. A teaser, potentially, from Aurora. And we'll hold our breath for it.
Oh,
nice. Just unreal.
It's greatly timed from Joel. The shrapnel hitting hard.
He knows.
Enigma.
He knows, Jackie.
Look at the lineup. Wants to get it behind the cover flare. Barely, but they bait him out enough. That's more chip damage. Coops on half HP.
Molly.
Could be good.
This is annoying. This is very frustrating for Coops. It's really slowing them down, giving quite a bit of time for Aurora to reposition off the back of this as well, because both the front targets have been distracted, discombobulated in the chaos. Thought it might be a little harder for Aurora to get back into the circle. They also know the north side's free after that original rotate from Reefus. Ralph had to go back up that angle. But they have all the knowledge in the world going forward here. They've opened up the full library on this game.
A lot of nades being baited out here by Coops as well. He's down to 2 nades and 1 Molotov. Ralph actually being isolated from his off-angle peek round the backside. That's half his HP gone. The vehicle detonates in front of him. One Blessing's got a little bit more cover to try peek off of, but no easy rotation.
Still the 4v4 here. Utility down to nothing on side of most of these players. It will just be a dry gunfight, and honestly, on top form, I do think Aurora beats them out on that. Coops and Lord, though, deadly duo. Prime of the 2 nades. Doc is up front. Is this the dockening once again? Takes 2 nades. Just will tank them. But there's 2 more coming, and I'm not sure he'll be able to do the same on the next. They both go wide. He's going to push forward into the smoke. We'll have to swing back, but one player goes down the back lines. It is top, and now Aurora's down to 2. Enigma Galaxy is making this happen.
They're standing tall right now. They want to convert this one into a chicken dinner win on game 1 as 2 of Aurora's players buckle under the pressure. Ruthless falls. It's all down to the last man in Joel. They need to isolate the peak as he hits Lord heavy, but he's gone. Cut short. They need to isolate the peak as he hits Lord heavy, but he's gone. Cut short. The Aurora is gone.
That is though. Aurora do like to choke.
Already have managed to secure some points being in the top 4, so it's going to be a very close race is what we're hearing right now, and chess is going to be a big impact on just how close that race for the leaderboard is. We actually have way more matches coming up on the rest of the day, so as we have some more updates, we'll check back in with you, Trev. For now, we're going to say goodbye.
Shout out to the amazing Glitter Explosion and the amazing Trav as well for the Club Championship update. But now going back to PUBG Mobile's esports here at PMWC at EWC 26, we got to talk about Aurora. I would love to see Aurora player stats because there is one player in particular that you're not happy with his performance. You're over here like George St. Pierre, Max. You're like, I'm not happy with your performance. That's exactly what it sounds like because for this squad, I mean, they were able to start off hot, but they're just gonna keep going down that leaderboard.
Yeah, it's not even just Doc, actually. I feel like I kind of want to see more from Reefus as well. That has kind of like been underperforming a little bit. Even Ziol. Ziol, I can give him a pass because he had some incredible grenades early on Rondo. So sure, maybe it doesn't showcase itself in the stats, but in general, I feel like Ziol has definitely also been pulling his weight. But top, it's been the top show. Getting almost 3 average eliminations per game is crazy in a lobby of this caliber. But it's not enough when only one player's putting up those numbers. Niptura, Doc, Reefus, again, Jolly get a pass, but Doc and Reefus, I want to see those guys doing well here in these coming Miramars.
Oh, absolutely. We know they can offer so much more than they are right now. I also want to give Reefus a half pass as well, because similarly to Ziol, we did see Reefus have some really cool information scouting off angles, like way across certain areas of the zone, really trying to get as much information as possible versus teams. So in that regard, yeah, I do feel like he's kind of pulling his weight a little bit. But yes, overall, I do agree with you, Max, that all of them need to really be stepping up to the plate here. 4th place is okay. It's not far behind first, but we just want to see more because we know that they can do so much more.
Yeah, and for me, no pass for Reefus. Okay, Reefus, I expect a lot better from you. You're the only player right now that hasn't gotten one of the international MVPs in that squad, so the pressure is on you. Okay, any passes that I had for him was last year. This is a new year. I want to see more survival time out of him as well. But here we go. We're looking at the overall place. We're talking about Tiamba. We're talking about Flash. We're talking about some of these teams that just we need to see more placement points out of.
Yeah, I want to ask Max. If he were to be an embodiment of a coach, you pick Team Flash, right?
Oh, if I wanted to coach a team, which team I would coach?
No, so I think Flash was, wasn't that your
They're my prediction, yeah.
Yeah, your prediction?
Yeah.
Obviously being 7th place there, not doing terribly, but come on.
23 points behind.
A coach, what do you think they need to do to be able to skyrocket up that leaderboard if your prediction is correct?
Oh, it's complicated exactly to pinpoint what's going on with Team Flash. Ooh, you're putting me on the spot right now. I didn't prepare a segment for this, but Team Flash. I feel like there was one fight that was versus 4 Thrives that I find interesting. That was actually the one that happened last game that eventually was won by Ulf. And I feel like what happened with Team Flash, they got caught off guard and they didn't find a good way to get themselves back up on their 2 feet and get ready for the fight, which under pressure, that is what you need to be able to do. Flash is a great team, right? If they take a fight they're ready for, when they're not ready for it, they just tend to crumble a little bit. So I don't think it's a gameplay issue per se. I feel like it's more of a mindset issue that Flash need to try and resolve.
Yes, we're looking at the second page here. I'm also going to be looking at Hora Esports, Neptura. This squad, I mean, they have the fan base here. They have the support from the fans. But right now, in the second page, knowing Hora Esports, they're not going to be happy with this performance.
No, they're not. And I think it's a bit of an odd one, right? Because I think it's hard to say, like Max, right? It's hard to pinpoint what exactly is going on with them. But typically, this is a team that likes to play edge, likes to survive, likes to wait until the last few phases of the game to really start spreading out and taking third-party opportunities. They're very good at those third parties, and we're just not seeing that from them. They try sort of half-heartedly making good on some of these plays, but they get overthrown very, very quickly by these more aggressive players and more aggressive teams, and so they just seem to be a little bit too passive. I know Hora tends to be called passive a little bit more, but this is not a passive team when it comes to those fights, and except for today, it just kind of feels like that's what they're the name that they're living up to, unfortunately.
I mean, it's an incredible start from them though, from the first couple of matches. So like, obviously we talk about teams that sort of start out strong, start out weak. I think they started out incredibly strong, but it seems like obviously coming into these later matches and everybody's reading the zones a little bit better in these positionings, they are getting caught out on that. So I do agree with you in that sense. But look, it's just kind of that balance of mentality that they're sort of struggling later in these matches, but I feel like even though it's just today, I feel like tomorrow it's going to be like a little bit of a different scene from them in the start. I do believe so. I do believe they have it. They got the fans to back them up, of course. I'm backing them up. Maybe not for the rest of today, but tomorrow.
I was about to say, you're giving them a break until tomorrow. No, these fans, I want to see it. They want to see it coming up in Miramar.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, right, is that, okay, if you only had like your typical rule set, sure, fair enough. You can have one day off. We got Smash ruling. You might just have only 2 games there on that day 3, and you just don't know how it's going to go. If it happens like it happened in the Macau Invitational, boy, oh boy, that was crazy. We had 5 teams in the Smash zone at the same time. Eventually, Nongtron Red Force did get the win, stealing it away from Furia, but Smash ruling in play, you just don't know how long you really have, Niptura, so you got to make the most out of the games you're currently playing, because otherwise that gap, it might be impossible to come back from in that final day.
Oh, exactly, and there's your point brings up 2 teams to mind for me. The first one we've already talked about, Aurora. I said that they typically are a day 3 team, which makes things very complicated when you get to that Smash ruling. Exactly. What day 3, right? The other one is for Thrives, because again, they do very well, typically, very well on day 1, because day 2, they tend to dip. The momentum just drops significantly, and then they can bring it back up on day 3. Again, what day 3? We could very well have a scenario where day 3 is really non-existent. So for those 2 teams in particular, that's really scary thought.
Yeah, day 3 will still happen, but depending on how the leaderboard is looking and depending on what other teams end up doing, we could end up just seeing 2 games because Smash Roll is in effect. So just to remind everybody, the way that ends up working out is when we end up going to Smash Roll on the last day, whoever's in first place on the previous day, you get plus 10 points if I'm not mistaken, and then that becomes what we like to call the Smash Zone. Once a team is able to pass that threshold, in the next game, if they do end up winning, or whichever game after that, if they do end up winning, they would end up winning via Smash Roll. And this is something that we kind of you were especially hitting on just now, Max, because it could come into play. If a team is too far ahead, I mean, especially with Rondo starting off as well, it could be an easy 10 points for that squad. And later on, we can see teams just readjusting their playing style because all they have to do is just win, baby.
But it also adds so much pressure.
Yes.
Right? We do have to highlight it. I mean, I want to take you guys back to PMWC Season 1, Jakarta, right, in Indonesia. 4 Thrives. What was it? 50+ point lead after day 1? Like something crazy like that. They just destroyed everyone in those 6 games. And then comes over day 2. They're like, oh, wait a minute. We try and get into the Smash Zone. They get in the Smash Zone very early. Pressure gets to them. Ulf is like, oh, you're crumbling. You're having a bad time. And they catch back up to that team and almost take it away in that last Miramar. But luckily enough, 4 Thrives do maintain that top position. But the Smash ruling is a blessing and a curse based on how you approach it, and for 4 Thrives, I am scared if they do get into the Smash room once again, how are they going to perform? Because back in that last event, it was looking shaky. They can't afford to shake up badly here back-to-back.
Yeah, that team, they ended up pretty much just showing us what we have seen in the past with 4 Thrives, which is the biggest question mark, and that is the mental state of the players, because when things don't end up going their way, they do end up getting into their mind. Yeah. For them, being able to be champions, though, for 4 Thrives is going to be looking different. For a team that's wanting to become champions, none other than Enigma Galaxy, they have had a great start here today, but I know Jackie got a chance to talk to them.
Hello everyone, Jackie Powers here, live from PMWC at Esports World Cup, and I'm joined by the legend himself, Raouf, from, of course, Enigma Galaxy. Now, buddy, I got to get in there and ask, the pop-off moment, Ida's been hot-dropping you every game. It feels like every time we're in Erangel, they're willing to sacrifice their own points to target your team. What's going through your mind in these moments, and what was that like, kind of asserting the dominance of, we keep winning this, and I'm going to prove it, standing up on the stage?
I mean, Ida knows we've been landing and pushing me personally for 7 years now. So they want to challenge us. They want to prove themselves as a new team. But they know we won't change, and they know we're better than them. So just a waste of time for them. They're just giving us 3 points. First match, they were scared to fight and they run away. The other 2 matches, we fight them, we push them, and we just kill them easily. So, yeah, that's why I pop off, because it doesn't make sense.
No, exactly. I mean, we kind of mirrored that on the cast in the moment, thinking it's doing more damage to them than it is you guys in these moments. Obviously, let's talk a little bit more on a positive term. It's been pretty good for you guys so far in finals. It feels like the comms right now on the team are really clean as well.
चीज ये भी हमने जानी कि भाई स्पीरो उन्होंने हमें अरीना नहीं दिखाई है.
This is bad, right?
Yeah.
उन्होंने हमें खाने का जगह दिखा दिया, गेमिंग जोन दिखा दिया, केक्स, बर्गर्स, पिज्जा सब दिखा दिए. अरीना नहीं दिखाया.
अरीना नहीं दिखाया. और सबसे इम्प्रेसिव चीज इज द अरीना, जैसे जीगॉड ने बताया, एक इतनी बेसिकली गेमिंग सिटी खड़ी कर दी गई पेरिस के अंदर फॉर EWC 2026. इतने सारे टाइटल्स के कंपटीशन हो रहे हैं. Spiro, where's the door? Where is the door?
It's not. Justice चाहिए हमें.
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि उन्होंने मेरे दिल की बात सुन चुके थे, मतलब कि उन्होंने इसीलिए खाना दिखाया पहले. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था उस दिन. ठीक है, नेक्रोस कैसे हैं आप?
Yes, exactly. आप आइए, हाथ मिला लीजिए. हम सेम
जी. Yes. अब चलिए वापस से आते, लेकर आते ब्रॉडकास्ट के ऊपर आते हैं. हमारे इम्पोर्टेंट मैचेस चल रहे हैं, और फिर से इम्पोर्टेंट मैचेस. अभी प्रेशर हर बार, खासतौर से ग्रैंड फाइनल्स की बात करें, हर मैच के बाद एक नई पीक हिट करता है. फर्क नहीं पड़ता आप टॉप पे बैठे हो, आप लीडर बोर्ड के बॉटम पे बैठे हो. आप अगर टॉप पे है, प्रेशर ये है कि पीछे से टीम्स अब आपका पैर पकड़ के आपको नीचे खींचने की कोशिश करेंगी. और अगर आप बॉटम पे हैं, डर बस ये रहता है कि जो ट्रेन आगे निकल चुकी है आपसे, वो ज़्यादा दूर ना चली जाए. कैचअप करने के लिए चलिए थोड़ी अब मैच पे आ जाते हैं. आपने थोड़ी देर पहले पॉइंट्स मेंशन किए थे टीटीआर की 2 मैचेस है 2 मीरा हमारे कितने पॉइंट्स बोले थे आपने
15 के आसपास अगर आप पॉइंट्स निकालते हो पर मैप नहीं टोटल में क्योंकि
टोटल
अभी
15 बोला
हाँ क्योंकि अभी पर मैप 15 एक्सपेक्ट करना मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा क्योंकि आज दिन उतना अच्छा नहीं रहा सो इसी वजह से मैंने 2 मैप का मिला के 15 इसीलिए बोला कि कल के दिन के लिए थोड़ा बहुत और बेहतर स्टेज में अपने आप को महसूस करेंगे और अभी तक की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो हमें जो कट ऑफ है टॉप 5 के लिए वो हमें 8 के आसपास देखने के लिए मिला है तो देखिए एट द एंड हम अभी भी चैंपियन हो सकते हैं लेकिन फिर भी हमें आज अभी जहां पे है उससे बेहतर के लिए सोचना होगा मुझे लगता है कि टॉप 5 एक रियलिस्टिक टारगेट हो सकता है अभी टाइम पे मतलब रुक के एंड उस हिसाब से मुझे लगता है कि अगर 15 पॉइंट अभी निकालेंगे तो कल और चांसेस रहेंगे
13 पे एक टीम 10 पे दूसरी टीम 15 आए तो ओजी पहुंचेगी 25 पर और गॉड लाइक पहुंचेगी 28 पर टॉप 8 में आ पाएंगे हम इतने से
आ जाना चाहिए बट अगेन 15 पॉइंट इज लाइक जस्ट अ स्टार्ट हेड स्टार्ट मैं कह सकता हूँ जो शायद उनको थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम बिल्ड करने में हेल्प करे एक गेम आए लास्ट गेम पे अगर 10 पॉइंट में निकाले तो मान तो नेक्स्ट 2 गेम्स में अगर 25 to 30 पॉइंट्स 30 बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है बट 25 पॉइंट्स पे अगर निकाले
जी बिल्कुल बट चलिए आई थिंक हमारे जो मित्र हैं स्पेरो उन्होंने नए मित्र बना लिए हैं पेरिस के अंदर और उनके साथ ही हमको ये टूर लेना पड़ेगा कि EWC का अरीना कैसा दिखता है लेट्स हेड टू स्पेरो वंस अगेन
So I am here with Dobby from Godlike and हमें पता है यार Dobby gamers बहुत अच्छे reflexes के साथ आते हैं तो आज हम आपके reflex check करना चाहते हैं. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So you know about this game?
Yes, I've seen it in the reels and content, but I've never tried it.
So today you are going to try it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm scared as hell.
That's okay. Can you step in? So I'll tell you about the rules. So these things will fall one by one. You just have to grab them. Okay. All right. As many as possible.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Can we start the show? All right, Dobby. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin.
That great.
Almost.
Yeah.
Come on, Dobby.
I am very bad at catching things. Right?
That's completely fine.
Hell no.
No. Last three. Yeah, let's go.
Hell no. What's that?
Last one is there.
There's one more left. Oh my,
That's 2.
I mean, being a gamer, it's so bad for me, but I feel like it's okay, guys. For the first time, it's okay.
देखो मैं एक चीज जरूर कहूंगा कि no matter how you play, खेलना जरूरी है. हार मानना अच्छी बात नहीं है. And you played, so kudos for that.
Thank you so much. You wanna try it? Have you tried it?
I will try it in the next video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.
We will wait for the next video, Spero. हम इंतजार करेंगे. मैं स्पेरो को ये चीज करते हुए देखना चाहूंगा. लास्ट टाइम मैंने लाइव देखा था. Wasn't the best result, was it, buddy? But चलिए, टॉबी ने जैसा कहा कोई बात नहीं, हार गई, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. नेक्स्ट ट्राई आई थिंक उनका बेटर रहेगा और स्पेरो आई थिंक लोगों को थोड़ा प्रेशर के अंदर डाल ही देते हैं आसपास होते हैं तो.
मुझे यही एक जानना है कि स्पीरो हमेशा दूसरों को आगे कर देते फिर खुद पीछे रह जाते. बोले मैं तो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में करूंगा फिर करते नहीं.
स्पेरो वही शख्स है जो बोलते हैं हम पुश करेंगे अभी और खुद बाहर बैठे रहते हैं कॉम्पाउंड के.
In the case so far.
Oh, this one stinks. Yeah, that one stinks. Just because they're not here anymore. You can even see it with Blank when he brought up Alpha 7. It was like, ooh.
Oh, never
The reigning champions of PMWC, not in the finals of PMWC.
That's like, ooh, maybe not. Hora, we love self-nading in this household. It's just so much fun. And it's dumb, but here we go. You do have it occasionally. Here we go, Aleka. I mean, and it's, any team can do it. We had A7, we've had Hora, 721 GS now.
Sometimes you're just such a powerful player that you need to be humble and eliminate yourself from the competition. God damn, we have some humble PUBG Mobile players.
We do. Oh!
It's like what we do, Max. It's pretty much this is exactly the playing style when we end up playing. We're just so good at the game that we had to give the other teams a chance, give the other players a chance. We're like, okay, time to name ourselves.
You have to intentionally throw sometimes. You know, if you want to give other people, the noobs, a chance, unlike us, they need to be given an opportunity at redemption in these games and get those chicken dinners, because otherwise they're just not going to get anything done. So yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and as we're going to be going into Miramar, we're still waiting for the matches to be ready here. That's why there's been a bit of a delay. As we're going to be going into Miramar, there is some drops that we've been kind of keeping an eye on, especially for Godlike and Hora, and you can see Max just starting to get even more and more red. I love how the shade just went from like your regular color to now starting to get a little bit more red with this hot drops. But the thing is, with Godlike, one thing that they have adjusted, Lace, is with Godlike, they haven't hot drop before. They did hot drop at the start of the tournament, but they realized it wasn't going to be going their way, and they stopped hot dropping.
I mean, they make these decisions based off of, I guess, all their play styles from previous matches. I like the fact that they're trying to make different decisions to see what can benefit them. Obviously, they need to capitalize on more eliminations, so seeing hot drops come out of them is better, but also they do have the power and the great positioning to go into these final circles. So when we bring into Smash Rule, and if obviously they can catch up that leaderboard in eliminations, this is a team that can finalize it and break it out by getting that win at the end of the day. So even though their eliminations are slow now, say we come into tomorrow, they can capitalize on these eliminations, moving on up the leaderboard, they are a team that will be able to hit the Smash Rule because they can capitalize on the wins. What are you guys doing?
I believe so. I think they could put themselves into that position, and we're just showing our support here. We're looking at some of the teams that we ended up predicted, and for everybody currently watching at home, for everybody here in the arena as well, don't forget that you can go into the EWC Play app and put in your predictions. Turn in with, just scan that, scan that real quick right here. Just go ahead and scan it and see what teams you're going to be selecting. I ended up selecting Aurora being in the top 3. This is the first time that in a long time that I haven't picked them to win.
That's fair. I think that is fair. I wish they would win, but they're not. The way it's going, at least it doesn't look insanely likely unless they have a massive comeback in the next couple of days. But 4 Thrives, also a team that needs to step up because, look, I've been supporting you guys for ages and ages. And you won PMGO, and I want you to have a back-to-back. I know you can do it. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, ages. So many ages.
Oh wait, this is 4 Thrives. I thought that was Hora. I can't touch that. Okay, I thought that was Hora. I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought.
Bad. No.
I love that Tura just kicks it too. She doesn't even try to pick it up.
Okay, yeah, I can't touch any 4 Thrives merchandise. Okay, I need to.
By the way, huge shout out to Jackie, because while we're waiting for the game to start here, Jackie has been running around getting some interviews, and I think he was able to get another interview with maybe a fan this time.
We're still roaming around talking to the fans. We're going to see what sort of teams people are enjoying over here and who they think's going to win. Excuse me, buddy. Who do you think's going to win the event?
Ulf, I think he's win.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go. Big up for all.
Let's go, Ulf.
Ulf. What about you, brother? Ulf.
All right, hell yeah.
So we got some old fans in the house. Thank you, boys. Let's roam in a bit. Hey guys, 4 Thrives! Hey, okay, there we go. Got some 4 Thrives fans in the house. Who's your favorite player on 4 Thrives?
Of course, all, but I will go with Huzafa and Falak.
Okay.
Yeah, but
there's been a lot of fans for Falak. What do you think it is? Is it how he plays the game or just his personality? What do you like about him?
how is it play? He's an aggressive player, so and personality as well. Yeah, so yeah.
What about all 4 Thrives here in terms of thinking they're going to win it? You a big fan of 4 Thrives?
Yeah, we are especially came from Pakistan to support them. We are here for our team and we love them all. They represent our country and represent us, so we are here to support them.
Have you guys been getting loud throughout the event as well, giving them your energy? I imagine that. I've been hearing a lot of 4 Thrives cheers. That coming from you guys?
Yeah, that's definitely us. We are here to support our team, to cheer them.
Good luck with the event. Fingers crossed for 4 Thrives. They've been looking great. I'm going to roam on, see what else we got. Enjoy the show. What we got going on down here? Hello, brother. How you doing? Yeah? Who do you think's going to win the event?
Okay, particularly I can't say anything for the first day because it's going to be a tough competition. It's the EWC man all over the world. Everyone is competitive in this game. So let's wait till tomorrow so then I can say who can win. I know the game, I know how the game works. So let's just wait patiently. First day is a good day for everyone. Let's hope my team win. Hora.
But you want to see Hora win. If they're gonna, you'd love to see a big Hora victory.
Yeah. I love to see that, but still, I say no disrespect to any team, but I want my team to win. That's the motive of champions.
There you go. We're looking for a Hora win over this side. Let's go find out what's going on in the other sides of the arena.
Avli, I need you to cover the STC arena today.
Ooh, it's gonna be tough.
Why?
Because I have no interest in doing that.
Come on, we need you over there.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go to the beach just really quick, and if the games are still going on by the time I get back, I'll say a couple words.
The beach is 5 hours from here. I wish Avli cared about esports more than anything in the world.
That's a candy bar.
It's worth a shot. Duh! Avli, what are you doing?
I'm here for EWC. I love esports.
More than anything in the world? So you can cover STC Arena?
I'm gonna cover it all.
That's great. Well, let's get you over here.
I want a key.
No, you can't have a key. Keys are only for clubs. Yeah, okay. We'll figure out your key.
Great, let's go.
Okay. Avli, I just want to say you're doing a phenomenal job. Everyone's really excited about your work.
I just love esports so much.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask about getting you a raise because you deserve it.
I don't need a raise. I have my key.
How did you... Can I see that?
Mm-hmm.
Avli. Did you take this from somebody?
No. Don't do that! We were having such a nice tournament! Why does it matter? We were having such a nice tournament!
Okay, it's your key. It's your key. Probably would have got crushed anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into that because that is scary. Talking about scary, we had some hot drops that we were talking about with Godlike versus Hora. This squads, I mean, the only thing that would suck for those squads is that they're currently on that second page, Max. That's why we're saying we don't want to see any hot drops from those two squads.
Nobody wants to be Ida 2.0. Okay, sorry. You know what?
It's fair.
If you're an Ida fan, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start. I'm just memeing at this point. No, but they didn't do the hot drop in their respective group, right? Which was Group A back then, if I'm not mistaken, or the other one, but one of the groups. And they didn't go for it. But the reason why they didn't go for the hot drops, really, the real reason is because the planes were very focused over to the eastern side and the southern side, meaning La Cobreria was not in reach. I want to see a plane, right, Niptura, where it goes and reaches La Cobreria, and we see as a fact that Hora and Godlike, and hopefully also Chama, that might drop there, will not commit to the fight because, yeah, right now they're not in a good position. They cannot afford to lose points, and I think they're not going to commit to it, but it could get bad.
And for the Godlike, I mean, you don't want to go up against a team that's currently being able to put up even more illums than you, that usually ends up being more aggressive, like you were talking about in the stance of Hora.
Yeah, no. Again, yeah, if they were doing much better in the last 4 matches, if they had, if they were top 5, top 6, something like that, and they were feeling really good and looking very confident, maybe you could try to contest the drop, right? But the way it stands, honestly, for either of these teams, I don't think either of them should really try and contest this. It really is down to who had it first and up to the other team to kind of figure out where else they want to go, because I'm not confident that either of those teams would win against each other. I think it's a 50-50.
Even if you lose a player, right, it just hurts your potential performances onto Miramar. So, yeah, I do think that Godlike, talking to S-Power, you and me, right, Seven, we had a bit of a chat with him. He's like, you know what, it's not worth it. They had that first hot drop onto, I believe it was Hustler Crew, onto Arango in their group stage, and like, you know what? it's just not worth it. Let's give it up. And I think that was one of the best changes in this entire tournament was from Godlike. And I want to see that bleed into Miramar going into today.
Maturity, honestly, from the first time being at a global event, especially in finals, and well, during group stages, it ended up happening. But maturity out of that player for S-Power saying we don't want to continue with the hot drops. We want to stop that. We see that it's going to end up hurting our performance. And Lace, I want you to put your mindset into a coach right now. Into the biggest hype coach for some of their squads. Godlike and Hora, which team are you going to be picking, and what are you going to be telling them if they do decide to hot drop or if they don't decide to hot drop?
Just get it together, man. No. Look, Godlike, and because, we were just saying S-Power, their adaptation to each and every game deserves to get a little bit further. And I just hope that you guys can find that great little key that you need to be able to push through into those final zones and capitalize on those eliminations. They have it, they have it in them. You've got it in you, and I believe that you will be able to do that. Obviously, we may need a little bit more time to sort of get that, but I just like the way that this team calculates and puts in a strategy. Might not work out for them, but then they'll try a new strategy that they'll be able to solidify a lot more in this competition. Look, I think they can do it.
Yeah, especially for both teams being in the second page. You want to be able to build up the momentum. We've seen some teams being able to build up momentum and just carry it on throughout the matches. Only 3 days here at PMWC at EWC 26, the finals. We've been sending it to Jackie over and over again. Then I want to see what Hot Jukes and Blank are up to.
Woo! Thank goodness the group stage and the survival stage is done. Now we can finally kick back and save our voices for a little bit.
Playing some pool was a good time. It's been an incredible event so far, honestly, in Paris. Very, very fun. I mean, we're here right now in the Players Lounge, which is honestly ginormous. I think the first place we saw when we came in. I'm trying to hit some trickies right now, but it ain't happening. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I play pool. But I don't really, I play snooker. So this is very different for me.
It's not the same thing, not the same thing at all. Matter of fact, I've never even seen a snooker table in real life. This is the game to play. I thought it was only one singular game. Okay, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to break the rules in terms of
He is looking to take the shot. Will he hit the stripe? Little bounce shot. There we go. Well, you know, we're getting things figured out here. Let's see if I can finally hit one of these things.
Okay. So what have you thought about the tournament so far? I mean, for me, tournament's been great. I've really enjoyed it. It's been insane. There's been some crazy moments. That's a good shot. It's a good shot too. Fourth rows look fantastic. I mean, Orangutan, Godlike coming in over towards that top 5 is just some crazy stuff. Couldn't believe it. I think everyone I've talked to whilst they're being here saying they're having a really good time. Again, everyone's really taken care of here as well. Plenty of stuff that we're taking advantage of as well. Honestly, that's the big thing. Like, we're having actually kind of a pretty damn good time here, all right? Yeah, we got our 3 games in. I do watch the other ones, but afterwards I like to come chill here. It's a lovely spot.
This place is stupid, to be honest. It's ridiculous. Dude, by far, some of the best food I've ever had at an event ever. And this place really does have it all, dude, right? I mean, like every game you can imagine. Manicurists on stage, and dude, that lady's insane. Like, I've seen some of the girls walking out of there, and now she's like booked out for 2 weeks, which is wild. But I might even get a haircut in a second. I love it. I love it here.
We're so hyped about you taking the mic back off me as well. Yeah, I know. I'm about to get a manicure, dude. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for mine. Yeah. But overall, genuinely, PUBG Mobile I think PUBG Mobile might be the greatest event at EWC. PMWC, EWC, so good. We're biased as hell though about that, but we do get like 2 good weeks out here to enjoy the vibe. You know, it's been in Riyadh quite a few other times, but even there it's been very, very fun coming to Paris. For me, Paris is good because it's a 1-hour flight as opposed to an 18. But I'll still take the 18 to go to Riyadh. Very, very good time. But it does mean I don't have to get a massage whilst I'm here. My back is not ruined.
Yeah, I'm in the same thing boat. I mean, when I heard that there was massage therapists actually available, I was like, please, where are you at? Because my flight was a whole lot longer than that. But yeah, man, so far this has just been a crazy journey. And the survival stage just finished. It was tough leaving the hotel room this morning and seeing like 10 teams go home. But at the end of the day, someone's going to be the champ, and another team is going to be the not champs. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just watching. I saw him shoot 2 different color balls. He really does play snooker here, folks. And that was close. That was close. I like it.
Look, I'm just hitting balls in holes right now. Okay, I'm playing the equivalent of golf, just with a long stick. I hope that's fine what you did. I don't know the rules. Tell me the rules. Right? That's fine. I got you, bro. Yeah, I heard you like stop. I heard you stop. You kind of confused what was going on. That's fine. Yeah. So you're solid, I'm stripes. Is that how that works? Or the numbers? I just know. I just go for colors. That's where I'm from. It's just.
बहुत intense हो चुके हैं because किसने सोचा था Falcons? I think हम तीनों e-sports में काफी लंबे अरसे से Falcons winning EWC 3 times in a row.
सबसे पहली बात तो EWC जब शुरू हुआ था तब उस टाइम में हम सभी यही सोच रहे थे कि बस यही वो टाइम है जिसके लिए शायद हम ई-स्पोर्ट्स के अंदर वेट कर रहे थे एंड तब से लेके अभी तक फैल्कन्स बैक टू बैक 2 बार जीत चुके हैं तो वो जो भी करेंगे मुझे लगता है कि ये दोनों ही चीजें वो कहीं ना कहीं हिस्ट्री ही बना चुके हैं ऑलरेडी और इस बार तीसरी बार जीतने का मौका उनके पास है जहां पे AGL ऑल गेमर्स वो मौजूद थे PUBG मोबाइल PMWC के अंदर लेकिन उधर से उनका बाहर हो जाना मुझे लगता है कि इस बार फैल्कन्स को एक बार फिर से मौका देता है जिसके साथ फैल्कन्स टॉप पे पहुंच सकते हैं
वही हम बात कर भी रहे थे TTR की दे आर कंपीटिंग इन डिफरेंट टाइटल्स अभी उनका चेस का भी चल रहा है हमारे साइड बाय साइड फिर रॉकेट लीग में भी शायद उनके कोई रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है एंड इसके बाद काउंटर स्ट्राइक का भी उनका टाइटल बाकी है तो फैल्कन्स के पास भी मौका बढ़िया सा है ऑल गेमर्स अलायंस ऑलरेडी सबसे ऊपर जरूर से थे बट मैं मानता हूँ कि अगर वो इस PMWC में भी वापसी करते अपने आप को अगर उस टॉप 16 में रख पाते तो शायद यहाँ से भी कुछ और पॉइंट्स लेके जा सकते थे क्योंकि मैं मानता हूँ 100 पॉइंट का डिफरेंस भी यहाँ पे आपको बहुत चीज़ें दिलवा सकता है अगेन आपको हर एक प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट के अकॉर्डिंग आपको प्राइज मनी भी मिलने वाला है क्लब चैंपियनशिप रैंकिंग्स में तो पीछे पीछे वाइटैलिटी भी जो आ रही है उनके पास भी काफ़ी अच्छा मौका है सपोज वो PMWC जीत जाते हैं वाइटैलिटी 1000 पॉइंट लेके जाएंगे एंड 3400 पे वो क्लाइंब अप कर सकते हैं
एंड बहुत ज़्यादा ऊपर पहुंच जाएंगे फिर एंड मुझे तो लगता है कि AGL उनके पास जो मौका था इस बार फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम जीतने का उन्होंने PMWC के साथ वो शायद मौके को ड्रॉप कर चुके हैं क्योंकि अभी तो मुझे कोई भी टाइटल में वो उतने नज़र नहीं आ रहे हैं अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो एंड इसके बाद भी आई डोंट थिंक कि और कोई भी टाइटल में वो होंगे सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली वो बाहर होते हुए दिख सकते हैं मतलब चेन्नई ही जीतेंगे
ऐसा हो सकता है मेरे को अपडेट सिर्फ आई थिंक फैल्कन्स और टीम लिक्विड का चेस के प्लेयर्स का है वो दोनों अपने अपने मैचेस में काफ़ी अच्छा खेलते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं हिकारू एंड मैग्नस ऑफ कोर्स डूइंग रियली वेल ओवर देयर बट देखना होगा फैल्कन्स के लिए आज आई थिंक फिर हिकारू का जीतना भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है वो भी PMWC में नहीं है इस बार लाइनअप नहीं है उनकी लास्ट ईयर जब आए थे फैन सपोर्ट के साथ आए थे अरीना में सिर्फ फैल्कन्स के ही फैंस नजर आते थे लेकिन इस बार आई थिंक वो ही चीज़ बदली है और उस समय फैल्कन्स के बैनर के लिए जो रोस्टर खेलता था बाय द वे देयर निग्मा गैलेक्सी ना
बट निग्मा गैलेक्सी के परफॉर्मेंस की अगर बात करें शुरुआत ठीक ठाक थी बट अभी बहुत कुछ देखना बाकी है मुझे लगता है क्योंकि निग्मा गैलेक्सी को हम जानते थे वैसा परफॉर्मेंस बिल्कुल भी नहीं आया
नहीं गाइस क्या सीन है लेट्स फिगर आउट मेरे को कंफर्म न्यूज़ नहीं आ रही क्योंकि मेरे को EWC ऑफिशियल वालों ने कुछ और बोला है फिर ईडा का पोस्ट अलग आया है तो आई एम कंफ्यूज्ड जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा आई विश एंड प्रे सारे प्लेयर्स जो भी खेल रहे हैं यहाँ पे वो सीखना हो अरे क्या हाल है स्पीरो भाई क्या सीन है बताओ ना भाई मैच का क्या सीन
I don't think AGL had it in them this year, but
Match
TMW just had a massive turnaround. But these things happen. Some mistakes happen.
W कर दो भाई तुम बढ़िया काम कर रहे हो EWC इंडिया में देख रहा हूँ बहुत प्यारे प्यारे तुम जा जाके इंटरव्यू ले रहे हो
नहीं हो रहा क्या मैच आ गया
भाई you know what that's what it's all about you just take things one step at a time
अपना मान्या बीमार हुआ क्या
you gotta just figure things out
सब पता चलता है ठीक है गाइस आज हो गए नहीं होंगे मैचेस जो भी है स्पीरो भाई बता देंगे EWC इंडिया संभाल रहे थे पेरिस में अरे बैठो
I like it
I've made it easy for you though I've lined you up you're lined up you're ready to go
हाँ
Look,
आना है बंदा
Some of the lights, I'm guiding you home, dude. I'm guiding you home. Oh! Oh! Okay, that was a real. The lights, they guided him home. It was good to see. Let's hope that some of these teams can get themselves guided home to a victory at the end of PMWC here at PWC. Thanks for watching. My name's Blank, and this right here is
Hot Jukes.
Catch you guys later.
This is probably my best acting performance ever. Man, it's gonna be a crazy finals.
My massage
we got 4 Thrives who from Pakistan. They won PMGO Season 1. They're a huge favorite. Team Vitality, dude, they had the craziest group stage performance I've ever seen. Godlike. Yeah, we got OG. Yeah, they're insane. Dude, anybody could really do this, you know what I'm saying? Team Furia is a huge favorite of mine. They qualified in through survival stage, but it's one of those things where, like, I feel like this year we're gonna see a team nobody expected win the whole thing.
Okay.
Which should be fun to see.
All right, $5. Who is it?
Who could it be, dude? It's gonna be so wild of a pick. Honestly, if 4 Thrives wins this, it'll be like the nuttiest thing ever.
Yep.
It would be crazy.
What do they got to do to win? Get a little lucky, obviously. But what else? What can they do to set themselves up?
That's the biggest thing, right? Like, PUBG Mobile is a game. It's such a team game that even if you don't get those lucky circles, you got to put up consistent points no matter what. You know, I mean, and if you don't, it get a little, just even the slightest bit lazy, you're going home. You know, like one of my personal favorite teams, because they were NA team, was the Wolves. They made just the tiniest little car mistake. They end up losing and went home by 1 point.
Wow.
And
the margins here are insane.
And if you look back at the videos, like there was one play where one of the players accidentally just drove into a wall, and they ended up getting pretty much flushed because of it. And you just think, like, if just any little tiny mistake was avoided, they could have got that extra point and went to the finals.
But don't you have to risk it to get the biscuit?
You gotta risk it, dude. Sometimes the wall looks too juicy. There's those coin flip decisions, dude, right? And you can go left, and if it works out, you're a genius, you know? And if it doesn't, you're like an idiot. So, like, I think it's just avoiding as many of those coin flips as possible. But if you do have to make those coin flips, you gotta have enough trust in your team to, like, for them to just send it completely.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. They're doing great. Oh.
I can hear it.
The casting has been so tough. So hard.
Okay, try that out.
Oh, man. This is officially my favorite part of Paris.
A little bit to the right.
7, we're live.
That's the left. God damn it.
Not again. Thanks, Max. That was actually a pretty good massage. That was nice. Hot Jukes enjoying massages out there, being able to play pool, being able to do a bunch of stuff as well. But for some of these other squads, I mean, Natura, I know you've been wanting to talk about S2G.
Yeah. They were cruising very nicely on like one game with those hovercrafts, which I'm still very impressed with. I think the momentum, they saw their opportunity and they took it. They absolutely ran with those things. Really, really nice to see. However, and this is what gives me a little bit of an issue here, is it's because of the hovercraft that they gained that momentum, and then in the next couple of games we've not seen the same come from them. So for me, that feels like that ends up being a little bit of a fluke, which I really hope that that is not the case, that we do see them come back in a more normal way and still have that same kind of momentum, because that's what you really want. You can still get that same speed with those vehicles, it's just not the tankiness of a hovercraft, but you can still do it. It's still very doable. So I'm really hoping that actually they'll be able to do something else that doesn't include a hovercraft.
Would be nice. I mean, actually, if you look looking at the overall rankings, right, their position actually, I mean, production, 10 out of 10 stuff. Actually, no, they're on the second page, but STG, they got that one chicken dinner with a hovercraft, as you already stated here, Niptura, but they only have 10 placement points, meaning, and I always love to say this point, which is you take that chicken dinner away, what do you really have? And you can really only judge a team on their bad games. Do you still get 1 or 2 points only, or you're a team that on your bad games you get 3, 4, 5 points, a few placement points, sprinkled in with a few eliminations? That is the mark of a great team that generally right now, I would say that team is Jamba. I mean, actually look at their 37 points, right? You take away their placements, Niptura, they would still be in what is that, 4th place? Insane stuff from this team in day one.
That's so good.
STG, you take away that win, they would have 0 placement points. So going along the lines of what you were talking about. Got a chance to talk about Notch and Red Force. Notch and Red Force, just black and white, honestly. I know we keep talking about this team, Max. Black and white in regards to what we saw during groups, during survival as well for this squad. We were talking about how they would end up getting so many placement points, but they just weren't being aggressive. This time they're like, okay, we hear you. How about we just flip it upside down and we end up being more aggressive and end up getting only 1 placement point after 4 matches.
This is not the Nongshim Red Force that were crowned your PMMI 2026 champions. I'm just going to be brutally honest right now. They look like a shadow of their past selves. We know they can do so much more, and I mentioned it earlier, right, is that especially they got caught on their rotation on that previous game, which was a while ago now, by actually decided 4 Thrives outside Potato Hill, and they just didn't have a plan B. They just didn't know how to catch up. And actually, a team that, in my opinion, Niptura, is a great team when it comes to getting a second, like, plan B, plan C, the entire alphabet, right? Is Jamba, in my opinion, because looking back at that Rondo, they were getting chased with Eagle, that recall player, outside in Tinglong Garden, and man, they booked it because they're like, if we lose that solo player, our game is done. Eagle, literally, by doing so, saved the game. I would love to see a similar kind of mindset and approach to the game from Nongshim Red Force, and even maybe Team Flash.
Yeah, no, because I think if Nongshim played the way Tiamba are doing, they would be so scary, right? Going back to our previous point of the Smash ruling, right? I watched the last game of PMMI, where Nongshim Red Force won by Smash, right? I watched that game on my couch in my living room, and I was still scared. I was scared and I wasn't even playing because that team, they knew what they had to do, and rather than fall underneath the pressure of like so many other teams do, quite rightly, this team knew exactly how to play this. It was like they weren't worried at all. They were like, yeah, we just have to get a win. That's all we got to do, and easy peasy. So for me, if this team can just move forward, step up, get that momentum going over the next day, basically, then what we could see is a team in the Smash point, and then good luck to everybody else, because that team is insane.
Talking about other teams, Lace, you want to say something?
I just want to say I agree, because like the fact that they could have those placement points early on, and the fact that there was one scenario where they absolutely just steamrolled Furia. If they just can add that together, yeah, I just had to add on that, that I agree that they would be scary as heck.
A team that could be scary as heck as well are the reigning champions of PMGO, and it's none other than 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives, I mean, currently being able to outperform what Nongshim Red Force is doing. Average placement, the exact same. I would love to see 4 Thrives player stats, though, because for this, I want to see who's currently performing, who's currently not performing. We saw who's Sci-Fi earlier on being able to clutch it up for the squad, and I feel like he's currently being the standout player when we usually end up seeing Falak.
Yeah, I mean, there was even a scenario where they were sort of bunkering in a building, and it just looks like their communication is not as tight as we're used to seeing. So yeah, if we bring up like player stats behind it, it looks like they're sort of just feeding and funneling into these, I guess, fights one by one, which is obviously catching them out. And generally, they will have sort of like a nice little split hold strategic way of actually pushing a team into the position that they want them to be able to take them out. So I think it was this spot actually here where, you know, they were sort of bursting, and it just was a little bit miscalculated. Still a great sort of, I guess, push from them, but it just isn't as fast-paced as 4 Thrives when we used to see.
Yeah, I fully agree with that, and also we kind of saw that when you were pointing it out. Max, the one we saw where 4 Thrives just decided to coexist with 4 Esports, it ended up hurting them in a big way, because we saw, who was it, No Fear, that ended up actually clutching up that 1 versus 2. For 4 Thrives, I would have loved to see them being a little bit more aggressive, making them back off and not just waiting the longest time when they actually have to just fight. Usually we tend to see waiting the longest time when they actually have that.
I mean, he had some crazy good grenades, but actually, I wouldn't fully agree about them being more aggressive. I feel like they're aggressive enough, especially in the early game, right? They love to do it. They were going for it in Pachinki. They even were chasing down Nongshim Red Force at some point, clearing out the entirety of Team Flash. I feel like the issue is sometimes they linger too long on their splits, like that a 2-2 split inside Fairy Pit, which I liked it. But then you saw Sleepy from Hora, and Sleepy is a very sleepy, sneaky man, okay? He spots you with a mini 14 or even like ARs that pretty much are just, long-range AR snipers. And he's just gonna tear you down. He did that on Falak. They were able to get the reset, but it really goes to show that a split like that, if you're holding on for too long, you are going to be showing a bit of a kink in your armor. I'm not really too scared for 4th Thrives. I feel like they're a team that don't really have a big ego. They're willing to change and iterate when they need to do so. So I feel like it's fine, but it's definitely been a rougher opening day than maybe a lot of people were expecting.
No, I do agree that they're not in the woods yet, right?
No, it's fine.
They're not in the woods. They're okay for now, but yeah, it's just that I know the other teams.
Momentum.
That's attempting. Very tricky spot. Cut between two strong teams in Nongshim as well as Vitality. To bits. And to be fair, it was great. Nice head-to-head. Two very talented squads. Lots of contrast of play styles, but Enigma Galaxy proving that it was on the money today in that first game.
I thought that was a very strange play for Ida to make. I think most of the time, most teams would understand that probably don't want to place yourself between those two squads or those two buildings. They're very popular in that location on Rondo. But I don't think Ida had done badly before. They had some really cool clutch moments, some super awesome 1v3s right at the end of the games. Like, they have what it takes to be a champion, but not like that. Or stop making silly mistakes.
Obviously, we touched on Vitality going down kind of early into that one. Two other squads that I'm assuming towards the end of the day will be in a very different place to where they are in the standings right now, would be both 4th Thrives and Godlike. Two teams that have got so much firepower, even just individuals as well. Yeah. Falak gets some of that hold 4 back out immediately, mate. You won't only see it.
Having to go. Team 1 happy. Not because of game. I think for them, it was, and maybe today, the amount weighing down on them right now, being in such a prestigious final tomorrow, I think that's ability. Still,
that does cool you down a little. You come out of squads that were forced to play survival stage. You've had to consistently keep grinding and keep that form on the go.
Yeah, exactly.
You come out from your group in those top team spots, you get a few days off, but that does cool you down a little bit. And the thing that's changed is what's going on behind us. The energy in the arena, the noise, the hype. They're getting excited because 4th Thrives have made the play. That's IQ with an opening takedown. But that's the difference as well. You come back into this area, Blank. Sure, with the noise-cancelling headphones, they might not be hearing it, but I tell you what, they can feel it. The vibration. I know the floor's trembling under my feet, so it'll be the same down there on the stage for our players. And if you're trying to instantly snap back into that tournament-winning mindset after a few days off with all this going on, it might take a game to try and lock back in.
Yeah. I don't like that, though, from Aurora. Because you can scout that a lot easier just by sending over towards the beachhead, having a look over towards Lighthouse and being like, okay, there's a guy up there waiting, try and check the girders. I always think it's an odd maneuver to try and just send someone, slingshot them across. And it's like, well, we know there's someone across there though, but you also just lost a player. Like, it's so early into the game, could have even just waited for zone 2. I'm curious to hear what the analysts do
of it. It's not the best. One player of the
side 4th Thrives. No.
Yeah. You're Aurora. Very pretty picture here. Flash also having one player knocked here. Zone crunching in. Bridge still in play. There you go, buddy.
Thought that this might be the case. On a circle like that, it's very, very awkward on these types of circles, and it can center up around bridge across both sides, which is super unfun to play. Because now this really could go back over towards Sosnovka way. I'm sort of expecting it to head towards the northwest, but for Aurora, they're stuck now. As are Alula. Alula's kind of considering whether we should take an eastern crossing or should we just play over towards the ridge side on the southern edge. Cuts out a massive amount of space though. So much water involved. So teams are just going to be sending towards Ferry Pier because there's safety in that location.
Vitality did thunderfoot their way down from Stolber quite quickly, so you can see there amongst the rest of the pack, everyone else attempting to forge a path into the zone, knowing that play space will be very limited with a decent chunk of it cut out by the water, and that bridge dividing either team from each other. Only two squads on the island right now are Alula and Aurora. We've got E-Arena on screen now. This is the POV of Joker. Tiamba, though, taking the scrap towards OG. Wizgod being hit very heavy. Trying to stay behind the trees, bro. Luckily still alive.
Yeah, great zigzag. Able to stay out of dodge there for a second. He's very close to going down. AKOP actually challenging this. But man, A-King has been second. He's very close to going down. AKOP actually challenging this. But man, A-King has been making a name for the DBS, right? You know, there's a lot of nerfs that came through. S12K became the more popularized weapon. Despite that, though, A-King has been consistently winning these trades of it.
He's bringing it back in fashion. Seems like the horror fans enjoying this one so far, getting quite loud there. You see the banner flying. Haru. Oh, going back in. Let's see what he can do with a DBS. Wants to prove he's the DB best up close and personal. Onto Schwetz with the opener. Not ideal for his teammates though, as Joker strikes with a shotgun and Turney K outside twists the knife. Another one falls. An orangutan, it all goes down to just Aru. Trapped behind the bike sheds and laid out by E-Arena.
E-Arena able to remove them. Stepped up to the plate, but not worthy to sit around here with E-Arena, unfortunately. Some good shots at the start there, but had to crumble slightly. Turney K came in like a demon, though, from the sidelines. I think Wizgod was not expecting him to be so up close and personal. Aura, play back here. They're over towards the pier itself. It looks horrendous. We're going to play in our drop spot for the rest of the game. We're going to get very looted before we think about moving. And we're still on Sosnovka with this one. Fourth rise looking good. Down towards the southern edge here. Vitality trying to confirm over towards that compound that sits towards the field. I don't think that's a bad idea here. Gives you a lot of control of the Longwoods that sits around this area.
This with a bit more of a lackadaisical attitude of just, we just got to get in there, we got to make it happen. Funnily enough, it was like, I actually was getting my manicure done. At the same time
Show him off, there you go.
Show him off,
there
these are cool. At the same time as Kamikaze was getting his haircut.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And he came in, he was asking me, who do you think's going to win? And I was like, well, from what we've seen so far, Fourth Thrives looks pretty good. Vitality.
Fortress keeping that drawbridge pulled up. Takes a fair bit of damage here, but he's refusing to move. Manya will reinforce the front gates. Actually goes for a swing by, try and get some information on that. So Eagle's going to move round, understanding the position has been compromised.
Slowly trying to take some space back. Faint smoke wall goes up. Ooh, only gets worse for Aurora as well. And that's quick from Alula finding them. This was the other team that was on the island. There's now a third party that's joined them with that late rotation round from S2G. Looks like they did go back to grab the rest of the squad. Yeah, it was Kamikaze in the hovercraft. That's paid off for them to fight towards them. Ulf, interestingly, taking the hit over as well to Godlike. So that battle turns into a third party fight.
Good for Godlike there, quick swing around. Take shots over towards Ulf. Ulf should be able to pick the players back up. They've got a good spot right now. It's not as safe as they might like it to be, but it is decently central. It feels like the circle's peeling away from Sosnovka at this point. We have very limited space to work with. Alula trying to make the cross. S2G, Hamzi at distance. Will find a shot over towards Aurora there, leaving them at 0. Out of the game early, 23 points is where they'll end. On a single point earned on this one.
So a great start on Rondo, but a bit of taste left in their mouths off the back of the Erangel performance.
But these guys have been playing the same game. I think it's the first time they've been inside the circle since the beginning. How does their entry work, actually? And then, Matt, how are we still on the bridge?
Yeah, this is kind of unreal. At some point, I thought we'd move.
Yeah, we're still here. I mean, Sosnovka's still in as well. I cannot believe this.
Luna also took another casualty from STG on the backside, so they've called it quits and actually rushed over the bridge now into the mainland. Yeah. But that's only a trio blank. Damage onto Yasser as well.
Oh, Enigma Galaxy might try and trade up. They're just in. They're just in. They're absolutely playing a different game at the moment. I mean, I'm glad finally there's some shots that go towards them now. It's just such a wild play from Enigma Galaxy. Coop's taking a hell of a lot of damage. Slowly careen it back in towards his team and lock it down. They have lost one off the back of that. Vehicles are smoking, flaming. Flashes dash with going out. I mean, that's 3 eliminations potential there for them, but they're worried about these sightlines to the side. Furia. Ooh. Go on. Give it some welly.
Tiamba doing Tiamba things once again. Tony K low on HP on the top floor outside in the attic. Looking for an angle here, but Falak with the distance shot claps back onto Eagle. A-King gets a little bit high octane as he charges through the ground floor. Nade on the stairs. Mormon's cooking one of his own to bounce down. Godlike getting involved with the fight. That's Mania just outside the window. Big pump in his hands. So many teams crunching in.
Okay, good Molotov here, but really good timing from Godlike as they move into this one, just leaving A-King alive here for Tiamba. Irina on the upstairs with the 4v2v1. Really good stuff. I mean, this is a good entry point coming through for Godlike, and they understand if they can get rid of 2 teams, they're going to be opening up a lot of space down here. Edmino still at high HP count, but Mania finally does fall here to a nade from Mormon. Tiamba goes down.
Smoke on the stairs. Mormon's going to clear it. Oh, straight in with the clothesline. Whoa, the turnaround. Mormon saying feed me more as Godlike charge into him. Quick decision, but not fast enough on the mantle. And Sume will save it, but at what cost? The only player left alive for the squad.
I mean, Godlike need more men now. They're only down to 1. What a play from Mormon. The speed, the velocity. Straight in there, no qualms. Now Vitality, they're up into it. This place has been the graveyard of 5 separate teams so far. Vitality finally just come over towards the dregs. The funeral's almost over. Can Salme stay alive as the sole participant?
The Vitality a victim from the top floor. Or will they just be signing their death warrants on entry? Axel being shot in the back. A new challenger arrives. It's Hora in the distance as Jiggle is able to punish and soften them, leaving them with 3 players left. Sume still just guarding the stairs with a nade pin pulled. He's going to go down. Razak on a dive around the corner. He wants to punish him with a shotty and will find it.
Really, really good job.
Dive around the corner. Still just guarding the stairs with a nade pin pulled. He's going to go down. Razak on a dive around the corner. He wants to punish him with a shotty and will find it.
Really, really good job from Razak. I think you have to make that play in that moment as well. You hear the pin pull coming down, trying to get the res off. You're trying to go for the revive, get some respite in that location. So Razak goes for the risky play to keep them up as 4, understanding they'll need that amount of players to push through the next couple of compounds. They got Aura in front of them and Forthright after that. Alula down towards the south side. Circle finally moved away. Still a lot of water on this one. Beachhead does well. Ida, as well as Ulf, now going at it. Play from Ulf downstairs is not. They have 4 players up though right now. This is very easy to recover from. And it should be.
Oh, you run straight into that one. Catching the as Ida try and clap back. It's good damage, but such an awkward setup between both of them. Casualties on either side. Scarface looking to go for the pickup play. Meanwhile, outside, Emre charging round with the SMG. And denied out by Nongshim Red Force. Tizzy takes that one.
Nongshim could push this pretty quickly. Ulf is not looking too good right now. Neither is Vitality. Flipping into action. They lose a vehicle. Razy and Razak try and get the buggy through the window, but end up dismantling through normally. That was a speedy rotate. I like that. You know, cut your losses. Moving through Aura as well as Fourth Rise is going to be hard. And eventually, if they're tied by one of them, you hear the engagement happening on the north, you send it. Now Wolf is in a very tricky spot. Cut between two strong teams in Nongshim as well as Vitality.
Quick decisions and shades of the Vitality that we were so impressed by prior. Once again, back on our screens, it's only the one elim they've been able to garner so far. But they are licking their lips at the prospect of so much more.
Getting a little bit more here, you get yourself the Naruto skin in-game, as well as the Ninetales Fury Org. Both looking very cool here. Ulf's going to hopefully have to drop a substitution jutsu here to try and get out of this one, because it is going to be hard. Vitality, Razak, move up, quick shots over towards Souls. He tries to move around the corner. Nongshim still in play. They're the ones getting the most of the damage though. Federales at least will confirm one. Quick switch round the side. Trying some of the sight lines.
Human by 5th player Vitality ka.
Ulf does go down. Vitality, though, they've been hugging the wall so far. Not allowing a single moment for Nongshim Red Force to try and challenge that spot. Razak, though, what are you doing? Testing the waters, a little bit hot.
Yeah, I did not like the feeling of that one. Although, maybe he wants to go for it from a slightly different approach. Runs back out. Meanwhile, attention turned onto Federales, and that is another knock going the way of Nongshim. Oh, Razak.
Oh, yeah, good shots.
He's got so easy, very low. Nade right on top of him. Oh, Razak.
Oh, yeah, good shots.
He's got so easy, very low. Nade right on top of him as well, following up from that. Oh, mate. Hyunbin with the instantaneous conversion. Now it's a raw 3-on-3. Luckily, they will save Federales, but he's got to top himself back up.
I mean, Razak understood the idea. Now tries to get up towards the wall, create a different angle to deal with. Nongshim was quick to it. Hyunbin pushing up right now. It's a little bit close for comfort here. But I think they know they want to get rid of this guy sooner rather than later, but he has pulled these kind of antics before. Getting a little too aggressive without the help of the rest of the team. So easy goes down the back lines as Flash starts to move on through.
Tizzy tries his might. Rapid shots coming out, but not enough to finish Vitality. The end of Nongshim Red Force. But it does leave Vitality slightly weakened. And Flash, they are next in line to try and keep them pinned here, knowing eventually they'll have to move. Slightly paranoid about the other teams that could be behind them.
Blue is ushering Vitality forward, swinging in on the same angle as Flash. How will they make this work? S2G, you were right. You were actually right. They had two hovercrafts in play. Being able to keep both of these alive all the way through to this end game is giving them a lot of pressure. Loss isn't quite able to get it up though. And the hovercraft is stuck on the side. Yeah, just about. We'll take it. I mean, they're just letting it happen. Come on, bit more gas.
Got to give it some welly. His teammates taking a fair bit of damage, but with that added armor of these big hovercrafts in play. If you say like this, man, if you can get them into the zone, there could be a lot you could do with it late game. I'm surprised the Lula have been able to guard this for so long, make it look uncomfortable. Nade after nade as well, just trying to soften them up.
Vitality do move over to the side. They're looking down over towards Fourth Rise. The shots are pouring in. S2G, they brought repair kits as well with them. But the blowtorch in play, I mean, that's bold. On fire. Get out. Falak down. Aura, no fear. Drops them all up top side. Looks fairly decent on that one. Airburst are slightly too far. This is some comedy. Not gonna lie to you.
Okay, they should be able to clean up from here at least, as long as there's not any more mistakes. It's damage done onto Solkay, but they do hold on. Shut down Alula.
What was that?
Bit of a weird one.
It was a weird one. I'm glad you picked it up strong, though, because, I mean, it is an important fight. It's just interesting. Vitality go down in the meantime as Flash continues to push the advantage. But it is majority of Fourth Drives doing that damage. Enigma Galaxy, after their strange approach from the early game, now going out slowly but surely. Just Ralph as well as Lord. Flash has been all over the place so far. Next circle will pull in, stage 7. Fourth Rise have been weathering it, though. They have held a ton of space. It has been a little bit greedy, but they've been doing a good job of playing off one another. Yes, they've taken some knocks here and there, but they've maintained a 4-man. They're in this area early, and they understand better than anyone else. This is a game that they should be doing well on. I don't think I'd put as much pressure on and say this is a game they should win from the spot they had at the start, but it should be at least a top 5, which I think, you know, we've already achieved. So this is a good game from Fourth Rise and shows that they still have it in them.
And with them being able to have enough timing here to get IQ back up once again, the 2-2 split from them could still pay dividends massively. It's been a very elongated firefight between them and Horror, effectively just mirroring each other's movement up along the ridge into the zone. A little bit more split here. No Fear in the back, trying to protect some Overwatch. Right above you in the building as well. Meanwhile, that's an engagement over onto Enigma Galaxy. S2G, after moving in and cleaning out Alula, they head center zone, and they find the final blow there. Goodbye, Enigma Galaxy. S2G stealing points here, there, and everywhere.
Do we have to call this play the kamikaze from now on, where S2G just launch him out like a rocket to center circle and leave him there on his own? He loves it. This is the kamikaze. This is crazy stuff. The rest of S2G trying to regroup with him, but it's not likely. Kamikaze in play right now. The other hovercraft does go down, not really any other vehicles. Might need to regroup, pick it back up again, but Kamikaze, he's going to hold that spot. He's planted the flag, the S2G flag. T24 goes down, jiggle around the side.
Oh, Sleepy. Top side of the stairs, but you can't weather the storm as Fourth Rise arrives, and the brain of the operation kicks in the brawn. The shotgun does damage. Falak there in the back line to assist, but no Fear. Charging up. He's going to play on the edge, wants to run in now with the timing, see if he can shut them down. Falak charges back, can't do it. No Fear holds on. Quick switch to the primary. Gets himself onto an off angle. With one more play, if he can shut down IQ, he can take out Fourth Rise. That's how he does it. No Fear from Horror stands on. Absolutely not frightened in the slightest as he moves downstairs, pushes up into the dark, and Fourth Rise will win up against the world right now. DPS at distance, he's fighting all of them, but S2G falling in the meanwhile. No Fear. There's a possibility of winning this if he wants to push out right now. Get involved in the action. Everyone's weakened. Doesn't have all the info we do right now. He's going to top himself back up, play the slow game. That's Flash. Losing their last man there with Kamikaze continuing to punish. A horrible spot, tries to get the heal in. Kamikaze's got a single nade in the back pocket if he chooses to dash it. They've got clear vision now. Peppering the bullets. This is it. Pulls the pin, looking to cook. Let's see if he can land it.
Kamikaze looking for it now. A bit of splash damage. But not that just there yet. Kamikaze keeps spraying the right location with the bullets, peppering the ground, picking up mud. Solkay in the back lines. What's left out here? Quite an unfamiliar target. Solkay will take down tops. But Kamikaze is out, and we're down to a 1 versus 1 versus 1. The outside contender in No Fear. Solkay looking at both angles.
The battle of the solos to decide our second game, Chicken Dinner. No Fear already picking up that big clutch. He's amped up as an individual. Got a rough read on where he believes Solkay can be stationed, tucked in behind this burnt-out hovercraft.
I don't think he knows. I think he knows there's a team in that general direction, but he does not know where No Fear is. Hamzy G finally goes down. I think No Fear has a rough idea that he's playing on this hovercraft, though. He has the information. Watching both of them. This would be an unbelievable double clutch up versus 4 thrives into the last 2 teams. Zeus is just pushing forward. Instant spot though, over towards Nofia. And now Zeus with all to do here. Flash, who had swept everyone aside. Solke, the last to fall potentially here versus Team Flash.
Zeus. The lightning reactions for Flash have guaranteed them a second place, but can he take it to first, or will Soke get it done for S2G? A smoke wall, giving him limited play space. That tree, the only protection for the peak for Flash. He's gonna make his move, starts charging in, wants to close the distance. Here's the peak up, bullets on target. Sweer so low, buckles under the pressure. That's the damage coming through as they lock it in.
S2G, Kamikaze.
Good as well. Safe bet. Because he was sort of the new kid on the block, because you had your Solaces, you had your Silas, Solke, Ketch back in the day, Kelsey, Hamty G, and then he would be like filling in here and there. But I think this must be a great moment for him.
कुछ नहीं हो रहा भाई. लास्ट के 2 मैचेस क्या पता पोस्टपोन हुए, आई थिंक सो. बट ठीक है, आज के लिए इतना ही. मिलते हैं डे 2 में. तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, बट मेक श्योर डे 3 में जरूर मिलेंगे. फाइनल डे के लास्ट डे लेग में देखते टीम इंडिया क्या आतंक मचाती है. माम अभी तो थोड़ा ठंडा चल रहा है थोड़ा, ठीक है. बट सपोर्ट दिखाओ टीम इंडिया को. कर दो झोली, ऐसा कर दो. चलो बाय बाय, टेक केयर, सी यू. 2 मित्रांनो.